Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody, and specifically welcome to the party. We are playing some Dungeons and Dragons, specifically 3.5 edition, because who wants to learn new things? Well, not me, kind of. I don't know. Words.
We're still
Hi.
coming to grips with it.
Yeah, 5e is new and scary, and it's been around for like 4 years now. So.
Has it really only been 4 years? I feel like
Maybe
it's been longer.
Maybe 5. I have no idea.
I did not pay attention when it came out.
No.
I gave up on D&D after 4th edition came out, and then I had to watch a lot of Critical Role before I felt like giving 5th Ed a chance. So
Yeah, that's.
Let's just say 4th edition doesn't exist.
See, 4th edition is a fantastic MMO.
Unfortunately.
It has good ideas, it just doesn't quite execute things the best it could, and it gets distracted. And now I'm distracted. Hi. Dungeons and Dragons is what we're playing, not talking about. We're going to play it. I am Dungeon Master. This is Person. And tonight, I've got a little companion, at least for a little bit. It's the puppy.
No.
So hello, Lolly. Hello, Lola. I want to give a kiss. I'll lie down. Words. Fantastic MMO. Before I tell my lovely players to introduce themselves, I am going to talk about our sponsors. We have some wonderful sponsors who allow us to do things here on the channel. I mean, well, we could do it without them, but they make it easier, so... and better. Give them money.
Plus there was a handshake and a shady bar, and now we're kind of obligated, and it's a big thing.
Yeah, those are a lot of things. So, first of all, Tabletop Loot. Wonderful people, make wonderful things, mainly dice. I think they make a few other things. But Tabletop Loot are very proud. I don't think they're proud. No, they aren't proud of. Maybe of the channel, not this, but they are the sponsor of this show. There's no word I could think of, so just the sponsor. Go check them out, and that is Tabletop Loot. There is also Devon Rue, the Mistress of Maps, a wonderful cartographer. She has a Patreon, and she even has artwork you can use for free on her website for map building and just graphic design and all kinds of great stuff. Go check her out. That is Devon Rue, Mistress of Maps, and she has her own Patreon, and I think she even has a store. I think you can just outright buy things like mugs and cool designs and whatnot.
It's rueinc.com. It's actually in the description below. Really cool
Why the
stuff.
heck have I not learnt that yet?
Like, it is really freaking cool stuff. It's insane.
Then we also have So Nerdware. So Nerdware are a fantastic group of... it's not even a group, I think it's just one person who does all the hard work. So, yeah, fantastic company. They make cool stuff, including making Welcome to the Party's cool stuff. And fun fact, if you're a Welcome to the Party patron, you get a discount code for So Nerdware, so you can get some, well, nerdware. That's a thing. Yeah, that's everything pretty much. You can also support the channel directly here. Obviously, first and foremost, you can become a patron. If you do the thingy in the chat, which may or may not be working. If you do !Patreon, a little thing should come up. If it doesn't, you can just scroll down, and there should be some information. There you can also give bits. You got some money, like metaphorical money, you can just throw up the screen. Don't throw real money. I'm not liable to replace any monitors, but you can do that. For 500 bits, you can affect the game in small ways, such as crit or max damage. For 1,000, big ways, such as, I don't know, dragon. It's my go-to example. I can't think of anything more ridiculous that would just appear out of nowhere.
I mean, it's a game that has exactly 2 words in its title. What about a dungeon? We could make a dungeon happen, like just randomly.
That would be amazing. Why did I not think of that?
Well, there you go.
I can think of like 6 ways to make a dungeon happen randomly off the top of my head.
Yeah.
We fall into a random sinkhole.
Yeah.
Or we fall upwards into a random sky dungeon.
A portal appears, Doctor Strange style, in front of you, and instead of Doctor Strange walking out, you get sucked in.
I might use that exact phrasing. A portal, like out that film, Doctor Strange, except instead of supposedly handsome English awkward man appearing, no one appears except you. You appear on the other side. Portal done did do you a sucking. Wait, no phrasing.
Can we fight and kill Benedict Cumberbatch at the end?
Oh my god, we have to.
Why would we kill him?
Because
He's immensely
he's a space
overrated.
alien. Yeah,
Excuse
that
me.
too.
Everyone knows his name is Benabun Cumbersnatch.
I
I've
thought
just
it was-
assumed. I've just assumed he's the Bandersnatch, and
God.
you need to get a Vorpal sword that goes snickle snack, and some of us.
Cucumber Bandersnatch?
I don't want to stickle snack
My
on it.
favorite is barbecue Cabbage Patch.
For those of you joining us for the first time, this is what we normally do.
Yep.
It is.
I would
I
say
think
let's
that-
get back to our regularly scheduled programming, but
But this
we're
is
here.
This is it.
I forgot. Oh no, I remember where I was. I was telling the words about the
bits and
channel.
things.
Yeah, I said the
Yes.
bits. I remember that. You can also subscribe. Do that if you want more content. I was going to say top quality, but that would be a lie. So I was going to say good, but that would also be a lie. So
I mean, you get the fancy dice to put in.
You
chat,
do.
So that's always nice.
yeah, so that's what you get for tier 1. There's other tiers. You get other emotes, Michael Mimic, crits on the rocks, and you also get to give a free advantage / if it's with me, you want to give it to, or any of my players, I take a crit because that's more fun and amusing. But you get to give that out to people on the channel, and there's so many things on the channel you can be giving it to because it's cool and awesome. So consider doing that. It's wonderful and great, and it would make you a better human being, or lobsters pretending to be dogs, pretending to be a human being. Either way.
That was a roundabout way to get there, but here we are.
Yeah.
What happens whenever a Segway bursts a tire?
That's what this show is. It's a segue of a broken tire, just looping around in circles, vaguely moving. It's not stuck on one spot. It's kind of like moving ever so slowly forward in small concentric circles.
Hey,
You
that's just
exactly
a
what-
unique.
Forward.
It's just a unique unicycle, and we are doing our best.
You say forward, but I'm pretty sure we go sideways more than we go forward.
Yeah,
I would
forward
say
might
true.
be
Yeah.
a strong direction to choose, but there is directional movement, I think, is what he's trying to get across.
Definitely not straight in any capacity. Just
Yeah.
putting it out there.
Yeah, probably correct.
Oh
Yes.
dear. Other things you can do to support the channel, go follow on Twitter. That is at Welcome Party RPG. Join the Discord server. Information is down below. It's a fun place with fun people all doing fun things. And there's also the YouTube channel. Go subscribe to that if you miss things and want to catch up. And do all the YouTube stuff. So who can? No, I was contemplating doing a pastiche on YouTube vloggers and putting on a stupid voice, but I have a little too much. I was going to say self-respect, but that's a lie.
You do have the fabulous hair, though.
I
A little
do.
too much in common with them.
Ow. With my feelings being very much hurt,
Shattered.
Just-
torn asunder.
just fucking broken.
The guy who runs 5 different internet games of D&D and RP related games a week does not get to make fun of the YouTube.
Yes, I do. Someone has to be below me on the ladder.
Yeah, but they're directly sideways. You're kicking at your own step. Hey, here's the
Yeah.
upside. They don't get to make fun of you either.
But they do.
Oh my god, we're the two Segway wheels.
Okay, TJ, we're gonna get you to. If you want to keep talking, you can keep talking, but
It's
tell
been
us who the
well
fuck you
proven
are.
I always want to keep talking, much to everybody's detriment. I am TJ, and I will be playing the halfling rogue Flick. I got it right that time, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah? Ha! All right. It only
Impressive.
took 50 episodes of trying. Is this 50 or was last week 50?
I have no idea.
It's
We're probably somewhere
been
around about that.
long. More than 50?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, we're at either 50 or 51 today.
Is it?
Nice.
Yep.
We should check with YouTube more often.
Because the prim episode was like 48
Oof.
Mm.
Yes. Wow.
or 47 or something.
Ouch, my heart. Ugh.
Yeah.
So, TJ has introduced himself. Hey, let's just go around clockwise on your screen. So above TJ would be Archer. Archer, who are you?
So, my name is Archer VI. I am playing Keldor, the Knoll Knight, / Scout, / Divine Crusader, / else I decide to tack onto him.
That whatever the hell else I tack onto him class is definitely one of like it's top tier gaming classes. If we're
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
Totem.
Except for it just really ticks off DMs for some reason. I'm not sure why.
It's just because it's got so many vague things that you can twist. And...
I thought it was all the hyphens in the name.
Well, there's also that. Yeah, I don't want to.
To put on a character.
Bum. Hey, don't blink. He's back with us after being missing for a few weeks, having things like an anniversary and whatnot. Who are you?
Yeah, I am Don't Blink. Sorry I've been out for so long, but everyone knows my amazing voice. I play Vaco, the well-intentioned and moral and logical compass of the party, and I look back at the episodes of what you guys did, and I'm actually quite proud.
Proud of what?
That's okay. We all make mistakes.
Oh, okay. I'll take
I
it.
don't,
Flick has embraced
I don't
the killing.
know. I didn't know that you guys could have strayed that far. So now my goal is to make sure I never miss a single second. So I apologize.
For letting the party stumble in my absence, he says.
Wonderful.
We-
We're very happy
Running
to
the
see what the hell Varco is going to do with all of this nonsense.
Clearly,
Um,
the only thing holding the moral compass off the ground in this party is the lobster.
This is true. So I already said who I am, so that brings us to Rebecca. Rebecca, who are you?
Hi, Rebecca. I'll be playing, it's what the dwarf warlock.
The dwarf.
I'm not used to it yet. I'm not used to it yet. It's gonna take time. My
That's
dwarlock.
I like Dwarlock. It sounds like something
Dwarlock.
from. It sounds like something that would like be a race of characters in some young adult fiction. Like, don't mess with the Dwarlocks, and it turns out that the Dwarlocks are people. And it's
Cool
deep.
story.
Dun dun dun.
Hey,
Was that
Shut up.
foreshadowing, Matt? Is that going to be the end of this campaign too?
yeah,
Is that-
you're all people all along.
Turns out the Dwarlock's behind it the whole time.
They're all just people wearing costumes. Flick is just behind a mirror.
It was two Dwarlocks in a trench coat the entire time. We're getting on track again.
Yes.
There's a trench coat store somewhere in this world that does very good business.
That's where Greg got her stuff from.
That probably was the store. Did we ever say what the person was selling out of there before you inherited it?
Huh.
It's the duster shop. She just ransacked the place and left with half the inventory on her back.
You guys aren't supposed to discover my tragic backstory until like later.
18 intelligence, baby. I'm unlocking things.
Oh, righty. We're nearly done introducing ourselves. Only
Nearly
20 minutes in. It's fine. Our record is like taking nearly 40 minutes to do this crap.
It's true.
Cody, who are you?
Hello, my name is Cody. I play Kid the Dark Horse. For once, you guys get to see how expressive I can absolutely be, because I've decided that with 3 weeks left on my contract, I'm not even going to bother with the glasses anymore. And at the moment, I am currently going through the rigorous process of grading student papers in a play they have to write. They only had 2 requirements. It has to be about zombies, and it has to take place at the mall. So here's some names that we've gotten. We've got Satellite, Zombie Civil War, Zombies at the Atomic Mall, The Time My Head Exploded, and Zombie Whale.
Zombie whale at the mall.
Yeah. I asked them, okay, so how does the whale get there? And then they just kind of looked at me like, there's an aquarium.
I am severely disappointed not one of them decided to go hitchhikers. Just falls out the sky with a plant pot.
They were
Done.
upset. They were very upset because about 2 days into it, they'd gotten half of their first part of their script written. And then one said, well, why didn't you just use a tidal wave? And they're just sitting there like, why didn't we use a tidal wave? That's so much better than what we did. But it was too late. They didn't want to go back and rewrite it.
Oh, righty. And finally, the ever so patient Shan. Shan, who are you?
Huh?
The world never knows.
Sorry, you guys cut out really bad on my audio.
Oh, I was just asking, who are you? Because calling you so patient.
That is an existential question I ask myself every day. But I am Shannon, Shannalogic across all the internet, and I will be playing Greg, the lesbian gunslinger. And yes, lesbian is part of her class.
It's one of those like very special prerequisites. 3.5 is filled from
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to have 12 ranks in this, and this be this class lesbian.
Is that a prestige class or a template?
It's template.
Yeah, probably a template, I would think.
Because prestige class assumes that you can become that along your journey.
Yeah, you have to acquire things to become that.
And I think you can't actively just decide to be a lesbian to get the level up. I think you just are a lesbian.
That's how I've been told it works.
No, you have to have at least one flannel shirt. You gotta have the rainbow flag.
Oh, okay, it's a prestige class. All right, there we go.
You gotta have the short hair and Dr. boots. And at least one recyclable water bottle and maybe a Subaru.
All right.
I'm feeling that then.
Keeping stereotypes alive.
See? Don't say you never learned anything on our show.
You can tell I'm a professional because I'm wearing the flannel with the flag.
Okay. I mean, I can't say anything. I'm a gay man sat here with a chihuahua, so...
Well, I hope you'll say something.
Yeah, it would be a little awkward if our DM was silent the whole time.
He just stops talking after that. I can't say anything. Oh.
No, screw you. I'm
And the
just gonna sit here with my
chihuahua's
dog.
the DM.
Okay, Lola. Lolly. Stop being camera shy, you stupid dog. Come
All
on.
right, Lola. What's the challenge rating on the Tarask? Go.
Did you guys not understand that?
No. That was Blink 2.5 times for 25, I think. Right? Is that how it works?
Sure.
Oh.
Pretty much. All right. That's all the things done and said.
And several that should never have been uttered.
Hey, you're an old wagon. I just don't even have an answer for anything that's going on. Screw it. I'm not going to try and segue.
Wagon, you go.
We are
Oh.
a wagon traveling.
Wagon, Good prop work,
Could have
TJ.
sworn I was
Thanks,
plugged into
TJ.
Roll20. So, yeah. Brief recap. Doing in said wagon. Kid was writing a song,
Yes.
I guess.
Uh-huh.
With the assistance of the internet.
Yep, with the assistance of divine intervention.
It went from being trash to being the best song ever written.
And I have it right here, courtesy of balladgenerator.com. I don't have the tune for it just yet, so bear with me. It began on a loving spring evening. I was the most scarred mercenary around. They were the most old bard. They were my friend, my old friend, my bard. We used to plan so well together back then. They wanted to sing alone around the world. We wanted it all. But one evening, one loving evening, we decided to plan too much. Together we attacked a giant. It was happy, so happy. From that moment, our relationship changed. They were so wise. And then it happened. Oh no, they attacked an orc. Alas, an orc, my friend attacked an orc. They were elderly, so elderly. The next day I thought my eye had broken. I thought my arms had burst into flames, but I was actually overreacting a little. But still, they are in my thoughts. Think about how it all changed that evening, that loving summer evening. My arms, ouch, when I think of that old bard and me. And that's it. That's the song.
That
Physically hurts.
that was definitely generated by the internet.
Yep.
Ouch! I love it.
Great. Good job. Everybody else on the wagon, what are you doing?
Not being on the wagon and being as far away as possible.
Well, having contemplated shooting myself about 2 hours into this, I think I'm just going to be cleaning my guns and making sure they're in tip-top shape.
Nice.
And then contemplating shooting Kid, but you know...
I like it.
Kid's driving, so, you know, it'd be a hassle. Everybody else, what people, what you doing? So
Talking to my muted microphone, that's what I'm doing. I believe I was carving inlays into my saber-tooth daggers, right?
Yeah.
What I said at the end of the last game? Now that I remember?
Yes,
That sounds like something that new edgy flick would do.
Yeah. So, there are these big fuck-off sabers that look twice as big because they're on him. And he's just taken the blades, which are detachable, out, and he's whittling into the sides of the blades. And along with like decoration, he's putting channels down the length of the blade so that when he stabs something big in the neck, he doesn't just plug the hole.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Dark, but nice.
Yeah. So it's functional, not just decorational.
Very, very cool. And that just leaves Varka. Varka, what are you doing on this wagon ride? You know you've got 2 to 3 days until you get to town.
Shuddering in the corner, looking at the rest of us.
If only. I will probably just be kind of contemplating the past few weeks. The last few days, actually. And I'll just kind of say to myself, everyone seems to be doing their own thing, so I don't want to really mess up that dynamic.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, your first day's traveling goes pretty easily. You can either stop, or you can just change shifts. Someone else can drive and keep going through the night. Well, what's your plans?
Horses wouldn't be able to.
Oh, one of your horses, Relithor, and he can just be like, no, and not get tired.
And heal himself, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if he wants to just pull the cart.
The other horse?
You know what, screw it. Relifor kills and eats the other horse and turns into a much bigger creature. What's a huge creature? You know what, screw it. He turns into a rhino. Your wagon is now pulled by a rhino.
Okay,
No,
then.
Mustang, why?
Keldor comes back after scouting and just sees the bones of the horse and is like, "What? What?"
You see a rhino.
We're just as confused with blood on its mouth.
Yeah, a rhino with blood all over its face.
Yeah, just eating like you can see an oversized horse femur the bone sticking out of its mouth. Going.
Kid gets
Hi, Relifor.
Kid gets the idea to write James and the Giant Peach. Fun fact: in that play, apparently his parents were eaten by a rhinoceros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of the movie too.
What?
Have you not read the book?
I haven't watched anything or read anything to do with that.
I only saw the one movie.
It makes me less wanting to watch it now.
That's the whole thing. Well, it's not like realistic. It's a fucking cartoon movie. It's like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
I
stop
haven't watched that
motion.
one either.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know, you've lived a sad and terrible life, but let's not inflict it on the people trying to watch our show, okay? We'll have a viewing party later, just for you.
I'm good.
Because we love you. No, I didn't say you had a choice.
So yeah,
So
Mustang is gone. Relifor will pull the wagon on his own.
Okay.
What the fuck?
I should feel bad for Mustang, but
You don't.
no. I gave him a name on the fly, and he's not really done anything. He's just kind of been there, plodding along.
Yeah, because it's a horse. What do you expect it to do?
I don't know. Have thoughts and feelings and the
You're
tragic
supposed to give
backstory.
those to him!
Well, nobody interacted with the horse, so he didn't get them.
Why would we?
Because it's a beautiful, majestic creature that nobody wants to go, hey, do you want a carrot?
It can't talk.
You don't know that, did you try?
Kind of taking care of them.
I mean,
until
I'm
it got
sure...
eaten.
I'm positive Flick got drunk enough to try and talk to the horse at least once.
I
But
showed
you
up
never
2
said.
days ago.
Probably while driving all the time.
So many things left unsaid. Apparently,
Okay,
by the
horses
horse.
are dead. Let's
You
move
guys are
on.
really my only friends.
Yep.
I hope nothing ever happens to you guys.
That's okay. I'm the only
about-
horse.
Midnight, well, actually, once it gets dark, Keldor's gonna walk up to Kid and be like, I need a switch shifts. Can you have Sugar keep watch?
Yeah, Sugar can do it. Sugar, you okay with that?
Sure, why not?
Alright, you're always so chill, Sugar.
Well,
And
someone has to be.
Sugar flies out of my hair and surveys the area.
And Keldor's gonna take a nap while riding Snowy.
Nice. Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo. As you continue to drive through the night, Kid, do you eventually have to switch shifts and let someone else take over driving?
Yeah, I need to try and get my full sleep of the night, so...
Alrighty. You can clock out at a similar-ish time, to be honest, as Keldor. Who wants to take over?
I'll take over.
Good,
I'll
'cause
probably
none
get
of
up
us are
too.
spellcasters anymore. Well, actually, all of us are spellcasters except
Yeah.
for Beauty Sleep, in order to get his spells back.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Greg, you're sat up front. If memory serves, Utswa was also sat up front.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to do, or is it just awkward silence for?
I think on my part it would just be awkward silence because she said we'll talk about it later, so I'm just waiting till we talk about it.
For later.
It's awkward silence for about an hour, and then
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
like 5 minutes, really.
Feels like
Just imagine how tragic that would be when you couldn't pull out a phone or like pretend to be getting on with something. You just, no, all I can do is fucking sit here.
I mean, they are traveling.
I forgot the fight last time. Crap, what happened in the fight last time? I forget.
I said if Prim told you to jump off a bridge, would you? And then I said you'd marry your shop, and that's all you care about,
Oh, yeah.
and that
Okay.
everything that we've done together means nothing to you.
Damn, Greg, Jesus.
I had a moment.
So yeah, it sounds for about an hour. The rhino's weird.
Yeah. I saw it eat a horse, and the memory and imagery will haunt me for the remainder of my days.
The rhino turns back and winks at you.
Oh God.
Face still covered in dried blood.
Dried blood, beard. And he goes.
Ah!
Jesus.
Rhino, look forward. Forward and keep going.
Jesus Christ! Can I please just shoot this thing?
I would
Won't
love
work,
to
it's a
myself,
rhino.
but you know.
Might be worth
These
it to
are
walk.
horses, though, so yeah.
You don't actually think that, do you? About my shop.
What?
About my shop.
Let's see. Remember when you were dying because you were poisoned? And the first thing you asked me when you woke up in the hospital was, hey, did you lock up my shop?
That's an important question.
The first thing when you almost died. And that, like all the people we've killed for your shop. We don't know where Theo went, but you didn't leave the shop to look for him, and it's a big thing, and I get it. It's your livelihood. It's important. But it's not about the shop. It's about Prim.
Okay. Why is it about Prim now?
I can't be them. You know that, right?
Oh. I never said you were Prim.
It's obvious how much you cared about them. And I'm always gonna be second. I get that.
No. Prim is dead. Greg is not dead.
Last I checked.
You promised me you wouldn't die. Don't go back on that word now.
Well, I can't help it if someone ends up killing me. It's not really in my power to not die.
I wish you wouldn't.
Well, I'm trying not to. You know the whole reason I'm doing this, right?
No.
It's to get your shop back.
Okay, you hate my shop and then you like my shop. Can you pick a side?
I want you to be happy, and it makes you happy, so I'm risking my life with these band of fucking weirdos that we just met that Dream Prim told you we have to help to get their friends back to save a city that neither of us really care about because you want your shop back. That's why I'm doing this. I don't care about my shop. I don't care about Quaylen. I don't care about the city of Dunkirk. It's for your shop.
I do want it back.
What?
I do want it back, but you're more important than the shop. So don't go being crazy or nothing.
Remember, my best friends in life were frogs. I'm pretty sure Crazy has left the building at this point.
Popped right out.
I'm pretty sure we're past Crazy.
I'm always past crazy, you know that.
Yeah. You almost killed me twice.
It wasn't my fault, though.
No, it wasn't. I got some pretty cool scars because of it, so I mean, I guess I
You hear
can't
kids
complain.
snore out of solidarity.
Scarred dirty.
God.
And for all the times I almost died, and all the stupid shit we've gotten ourselves into, I'm glad I know you.
Yeah.
You're my only friend. And I don't care that you're always gonna love Prim more. Because I know it's true and you know it's true.
I told you. Prim is dead. And Greg is not. I wasn't lying that one night. After they raided my shop the first time.
I wasn't lying either. Wait, were you not lying about the part with the zombies where you took their head off? And then you said that they're just pawns, and then you burned all of them?
I mean, that was totally true, but the other thing was totally true as well. It was all true.
I'm not quite sure I know what you're talking about. What's true?
You've confused me, Greg. I don't know where we're going with this.
I want to hear you say it.
Say what?
What's true? You never say it. You always skirt around it, or you always make some joke about it. So
so do you.
No, I don't. I am matter of fact as fuck.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I have that t-shirt.
Oh, good.
Look, if you don't want to say it, that's fine. Just go get some sleep.
Can't sleep. Not if you're upset with me.
I'm not upset with you anymore. It's fine. It's fine.
Not you. Okay. I know what it means when you say it's fine in that tone.
I don't have a tone. Thank you.
You have a tone.
I do not have a tone.
Oh.
The only tone I have for some reason is a terrible southern accent. Like someone who's never... like someone who has never been to or lived in the South.
What is the South? What are you referring to?
I'm being meta. It's for humor.
One who understands me.
I think only Mac can do that.
Look, if you're not going to say it, I'll say it. And then we can just leave it at that and let the awkwardness stew inside of us until it turns into a tumor that kills us of early age. I love you.
Yeah, I know. Wait. What? Hang on. Oh.
Ooh, dog, is it done got said?
Even the dog is waiting for you to say it.
You don't have to say it back. It's fine. We might be going to our imminent death, and I wanted to say it because I do. I care.
Oh, I know you care, but you married Lash.
She's dead. And I don't think she'd want me to be alone and crazy alone forever.
I mean, you're kind of alone with crazy with me.
Yeah, but I'm not alone.
Fine. Love you too, but that one time, I don't want that to happen again.
Guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
That bridge has been crossed twice, and you almost died twice.
Well, I stop and I check my pulse. I'm not dead. I'm not dead yet. I've never been dead.
I might not.
If I recall, you're the one that saved me twice. So that's gotta mean something, right?
But I might not miss next time.
You didn't miss the first time. You hit me in the chest because you saw a giant bug. You shot me with an eldritch blast. Square in the chest. Because of a silverfish in your bathtub.
It was huge.
It was pretty damn big, but like I was taking it outside and you overreacted.
I swear it jumped and things happened, and you know what? That's not what you know what I'm talking about.
To be quite honest, I am discovering, as I reflect inward on myself, that I am rather oblivious in nature. And therefore, I don't actually know what the fuck you are talking about.
No.
Use your words.
I don't have any words. I could say it in Dwarvish, but you wouldn't understand what I'm saying. I mean, that rhino would, but I don't like the rhino.
Jesus Christ, this thing's creeping me out.
At least he's only listening to your entire conversation.
Like, why does it have to have the beard, too?
Oh yeah, we established that, didn't we?
And no one wiped the blood from its face. It's got, like, one lazy eye. Like, it's really quite disturbing.
Someone please
nightmares.
draw this. Please.
I don't think I can emphasize how, like, just unappealing Relithor is visually in every single way, shape, and form.
And then you turn him into a rhino.
Hey,
Doesn't help at all.
Unicorns of the world.
That rhino charged through a city that was on fire for shits and giggles to act as a distraction.
So I'm sure it looks much better now.
To be honest, I thought running through a city of fire would probably kill him. So
No, you hoped.
Greg.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose control again. and hit you in the face this time. If I do that, you're not going to live through that. No one has lived through that so far.
No, there are many bodies in the backyard that say no, they have not. But as we've seen in our last encounter, your aim is terrible, and I'm fairly confident you won't hit me in the face.
Rude, first of all.
Come on, you know that was funny.
They're weird dwarvish dragon things. I don't even know. Creep me out. No dragon should be that small except for that one that's on the halfling guy. I don't know. That one's cute. But the
You have weird standards.
I mean, I come from a different country. What do you expect me to say? It's not as weird over there as it is here. Dragons are all huge and curly cute over there. This is weird over here.
Well, this is sufficiently awkward now, so...
Why is it awkward?
I don't know, I mean, it's awkward. I don't people too good, so...
Ugh.
What, it's not easy for me to say any of this stuff.
I'm tired though. I probably should go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm like cranky as fuck tomorrow. Goodbye. She jumps off the side of the wagon, goes to the back of the wagon.
Well, great.
That's one way you end a
Nailed it.
conversation.
You thought Prim and Eliza were awkward. Oh, get a load of this.
Mm-mm.
Oh, alrighty. So apparently, 3 sessions of having lesbians in your D&D session takes it from 90% dick jokes and sometimes stuff happens to feelings. Urgh.
I mean, yeah, as we expect.
I mean, if it evens it out, the only thing I could think the entire time was while you were making out with your dog, that's probably the closest you've ever gotten to eating pussy.
Oh, my lord. I mean, those words just came out of your mouth, I guess.
Oh, we can count on you to make something to change from something so deep and emotional to saying something to just like completely wash out what last 10 minutes.
Yep, that's the way of doing it.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, I don't think it'd be this game if we flippantly like just dismiss anything of any emotional depth, because that'd be awkward if we all had to sit there and process a feeling.
It's just a little too deep. I'm just balancing it up a little bit.
Yeah, so just
It's totally acceptable.
wieners.
Yeah,
There, did
I'll
it.
go to a regular scheduled bullshit pretty soon.
Dear Lord.
To be fair, that might be the longest conversation that's ever been had in this group.
Yeah, we don't
So,
hold them
yeah.
too good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine. That was a very awkward, but amazingly awkward for the 2 most awkward people in the party, likely. And to be honest, the rest of us have, I think, the romantic inclination of a turnip. So
If you put us all together, I think we'd add up to about a turnip. Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe, like-
Lesbian save the day again.
Yeah, we're holding up this country and we're just doing the things that you straight folk won't.
Like each other. So now all we have to do is meet a lady, Noel, and we find out that Keldor actually has been a horn dog this entire time. He just finds all the humanoids disgusting.
I think
Oh,
it's
no.
That wasn't an insult, Archer. It was a joke.
I know. I'm just saying, Ken.
Okay.
Tune in for episode 60 to let that happen.
No, episode 69.
I was avoiding the
have a
joke,
deadline.
but
We had a deadline now. Glorious.
Yeah. Archer quits.
Alrighty, so
if it goes to sleep in the back of the wagon, then that's the end of the conversation right there.
let me try and think what is going on. So, awkward lesbians. Whilst that was going on,
That's definitely going on.
Kid went and slept, well, is sleeping. Keldor is sleeping.
Sugar's keeping watch.
Yeah. The NPCs assume they're asleep unless anybody actively wishes to converse with them. Relifor's a rhino. So
Yes, Rhino.
that leaves Varco and Flick. Is there anything you two would like to do? Or are you just going to sleep?
I got bored and went to bed early, so I'll probably wake up and go take the figurative reins for a few hours.
Yeah.
I just don't want Relithor to be the one deciding where we're going without anybody keeping an eye on that.
Good call.
Greg is doing that. Greg's is driving right now.
Hey, everybody! This looks like a good cliff to run off of.
Well, I didn't know
Question
you
mark.
could turn the birds.
Yeah, right?
He can do that.
Matt, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Liza sleep in her armor?
Yes.
Now she does.
She gets very tired.
Shit.
Actually, it's full plate. She'd wake up fatigued if she did that.
I
She's
think
fine.
She's been doing it anyway.
Okay.
What's she gonna care? Is she gonna take disadvantage while rolling her snide comebacks to us?
That's true.
That armor has come off like
The most.
yesterday.
So you're going to undress a woman while she sleeps. Is that what we've come to?
Do we need to have the consent talk?
I know
I'm
she's
simply saying it's become a priority at this point, but just saying.
that we should undress Eliza sooner rather than later. We get what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, my
No. We do not undress people without their consent.
I didn't say that we
But,
should. I'm just saying it'd be good anyway.
So
You know?
Greg has to seduce her now.
I We can assume Eliza has a thing for half-orcs, apparently, but I don't know how that'll affect Greg. Oh, hey, I was married to that person, best friends in love with, basically, and you have I can't think for words. My brain's not working good. You've got an issue because you don't want to be a replacement for that friend. Hey, do you want to be my new girlfriend?
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
it's a
looking for a
lot.
rebound, right?
To be fair, I'm also a one-eyed half-orc.
What were you gonna say, Jen?
I don't know at this point.
Yeah. I mean, as for inquiring about her armor, you have noticed ever since passing of Prim, Eliza has been sleeping in that armor, and she looks perpetually exhausted. Like, just big rings forming under the eyes.
Eventually, she'll pass out, and then we undress her. It's fine.
Dude,
No, she's already
think
passed
about what you said.
I know what I said. I know what I said.
Called a medical procedure where you take their clothing off so that they can breathe.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Archer.
If we're
Thank you, Dr. Archer.
for medical purposes only, that is acceptable.
Uh-huh.
So if she passes out, we're taking the armor.
What do you think I meant, everybody listening?
Okay, now that that is established,
I'm concerned about my wife.
Now that we've had our PSA for the episode.
I
yeah,
just can't believe that this came up in a show, and it's not me who's on the other end of it.
exactly. I'm a little bit surprised, TJ.
I gotta let Rebecca run us off the rails once in a while, you know.
I'm married to Eliza for like 5 episodes. This is important to me.
You didn't get to take her clothes off enough in that time, so you gotta make up for it now?
Well, I did, but that was behind the scenes, so it doesn't count.
I'm now terrified. A part of me doesn't want to ask because I know that Rebecca and Shan have been going off and creating all this lovely backstory, but
No, that's not
you've gotten
occur.
parts of you don't have a shit ton of fan fiction written for Eliza and Prim somewhere, do you? Because you've had like nearly a year's worth of material to write for that.
She absolutely does.
No, we do not. But there is some backstory somewhere else. Let's continue on.
That sounds like don't ask me more questions about it. So let's do that. Flick, you decided, all right, I took a nap early because I didn't need to do anything. You're going to hop out to the front and hang out with Greg or pass to someone else? Talk to your
First thing he does
friend
when he gets
Varco?
up, because it's a new day, right?
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Yeah, he sort of sits up and puts his stuff on and everything, and before he's about to get up, he turns to the side and finds a flat surface, and he pulls the dice out again, and he gives them a quick roll on this flat surface, basically asking the same question as last time.
Yeah, you get the same response. You get a 3 and a 2, forming a check with the pips in the side of a die.
He snatches them up quickly and puts them back in the pouch, and then turns around and gives a casual glance to see if anybody's watching him.
I don't think anybody is. I assume everybody in the wagon right now is asleep.
Yeah, that's what he's assuming too. He's just checking to make sure.
When did you do that though? Like at the time at the shift change, or?
I'd assume sometime around there. I don't know if you guys come and wake me up or if I wake up and go out and meet you.
I don't know.
Well, I'm keeping my eyes on the road because I am a good designated driver.
Yeah, so Flick would probably take any opportunity, like something that wakes him up sometime in the morning after he's had a decent night's sleep, to go ahead and get up, and he does that when he gets up. And then he's gonna kind of just come out and plop himself on the bench. I'm assuming he can squeeze himself in somewhere between the two of you.
No, Uta went back behind the wagon.
Yeah, Utswa jumped off and she
perfect. Yeah.
rejoined at the back. It's currently about 2 in the morning, so you decided to drive through the night. So you can hop on up and chat with Utswa if you so wish.
With Greg?
Greg.
Not Utswa, Greg.
I mean, if you really want it, Uta could be sleeping up there, but I don't know.
It's all good. No.
Right.
So Flick kind of comes out and plops himself down in the seat where Uta was, and he doesn't really look at Greg when he comes out, and kind of looks around, takes in the terrain for a second, looks down at the rhino, kind of gives a little shudder, and then a turn, and I look up at Greg and stick out a hand and I go,
Hi. So we never really did the whole introduction thing. You just kind of walked into a shit show, and it's been, raining shit ever since. I'm Flick.
I take his hand and I shake it. I'm like, I'm Greg, and my life is walking into shit shows, so doesn't bother me none.
Perfect. You're ready for the rain then. That's good. I hope you brought an umbrella because I don't think it's going to get any lighter. Have you guys, I know you sort of know what we're doing. We're going back to the city. But, do you know why we're going back to the city?
Well, last I checked, everyone was gabbing about a bunch of your friends that are being slowly and heinously tortured, and we are to break them out.
Yeah, that's more or less the gist of it, but goes a little bit deeper than that. Did you, you've heard about Dundee, right?
Vaguely familiar.
Yeah. So, we were all there when, all this started. Like, you're from Dunkirk. Do the people there know what happened to Dundee?
I mean, I've just kind of been busy making sure my friends don't die to be worried about elsewhere.
Ah. Yeah, that's from what I hear, that's usually how it goes. Yeah, Dundee's gone. And most of the people in it. And that's more or less why the prince has been traveling with us. And Dunkirk isn't just getting our friends back. It's the next step on our road to trying to put, Prince Angus back on the throne, maybe rebuilding it first. But that involves kicking the wizard off of it. And I don't think he's
asshole
gonna.
that brought all the undead to my town?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I'm fine with him being dead.
Are you fine with the things we're gonna have to do to try and see that happen?
I've done and seen a lot of stupid and possibly death-defying shit in my life. I've invented explosive barrels that shoot projectiles specifically so I could kill things a little quicker than they can kill me. So, yeah, I think I'm ready to handle whatever this shit is.
Valdrinith. Valdrianth? However you say your name, thank you for the raid.
That person, Val.
Welcome to the party.
We're glad you're here.
There we go. That's the dance party remix, apparently.
I could do it, but I don't feel like doing it right now.
No. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Boop. Alrighty, yeah. Thank you for raid. Greg, you were telling us how you invented guns so you could kill stuff faster.
Yep. I've watched most of my loved ones die, and though I don't know y'all very well, it's been 2 days to my recollection. I want to help.
Well, that's good. So we're gonna need all the help we can get. Because I don't know about you, but last time we had trouble taking down one unicorn, and he's got an army of them. And we're supposed to, go around them more than through them. But we're not going to be able to go around all of them. That's for sure. So we need all the help we can get.
And he kind of gives a knowing glance up and down your rifle.
Yep. Pepper can help. She'll blow a hole through pretty much anything.
Good. Then we're going to be putting that to the test. So have you seen anything out here?
Besides the ass of this bearded rhinoceros, no.
Yeah, I'm trying not to look.
You kind of get used to it after a while. My god, that laughter will haunt my waking nightmares.
Little do you realize he's been coughing the entire time and begging for help in Rhinoceros.
I pull out a magic dagger and I throw it into the rhino's ass.
Oh god.
You made it
damn it.
worse. You made
That's
it
not
worse.
the reaction I was hoping for. Oh god.
You made
I
it.
will the dagger to disappear.
Okay, well, that didn't go as planned, which makes it pretty much normal for here. So, yeah, I don't know. You came in at a weird time. I don't want to say that we're normally a lot more put together than this, but at least a little bit, And I think we're all sort of realizing how much Primrose was holding this group together. And there's a lot of different directions being pulled right now without the glue in the middle. So yeah, if you feel like there's a lot of tension in the air, it's kind of that piled on with this rescue mission, with the impending whatever happens after that. Plus, kid's a Jarl now. He's got,
Well-
like, responsibilities. It's weird.
What the
Yeah.
fuck are responsibilities? I say from the back.
You
Fair
know,
enough.
I actually met Primrose once.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't like her. I don't like her for a lot of selfish and stupid reasons, and I don't know if you've noticed my outburst the other day, but I have plenty of tension and stupid shit going on in my life too, so I ain't judging y'all too harshly.
Sounds like it. We don't know anything about you. We just know you came from Dunkirk for the most part.
Well, I would share with you the long and tawdry tale of my life story, but you would fall asleep. It is not a very interesting one.
Could do the highlights.
Alright. I was bullied a lot as a child, so that added to a lot of this nonsense.
Here, here.
Holds up for a high
Uh,
five.
I don't think we should be celebrating that.
We're celebrating that we're still here to celebrate it.
Alright. High five him. I went to find my dad, who fucked my mom, left, she got pregnant with me, and then she had a half-orc baby that was the kicking dog of the town.
Ah.
I found my dad. Turns out he's a huge asshole. Runs an entire tribe. Lived with said tribe for several years. Got married. Wife's dead. Nearly died. Went to Dunkirk. Met Utswa, and I have been in a series of weird, rom-com-like shenanigans ever since.
Sounds like you're gonna fit in great.
At
So
this
yeah,
point,
that is-
Keldor's like actually laughing from the back of Snowy because he overheard all this.
Is anybody sleeping around here?
Shh.
Yeah, so...
Keldor's
They're
just
not-
like lying on a giant bear's back and saying, "No, not really."
They're not rom-coms, they're just, life.
For God's sake.
You're yelling up there. How can I not be awake?
I'm not yelling, my voice just carries because it's so shrill.
You're yelling now.
Now I'm yelling.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Yeah, we only exist in brief moments of time to
Oh,
engage
fuck
in
me.
humorous moments of conversation, and then we drift back off to sleep. Good night, everybody.
What about Angus? You got something to say?
Fuck off.
That's what Angus would say.
Big classic, guys.
Upon realizing that, I don't know why I didn't click him before, but upon realizing that Utswa is sharing the same wagon as Prince Angus, Utswa leaves the wagon, goes back up to the front, and starts walking alongside the wagon.
The wagon is moving at the speed of a rhino, which is about 40 feet per round.
She...
You know, you can have your seat back if you want.
Is
You
there
can sit on
room?
top of it.
I can sit
What?
on top of it.
I'll just climb up to the top and then motion her to her seat.
Or you
Yeah.
can ride.
No.
Those are the
No.
options.
No. I think you would want that.
Yeah.
You don't
Especially
know what
from
he's
Flick.
into.
I think you wants Flick to ride him at this point. Anyway.
That would require more than the sexual capacity of a turnip.
Oh dear. Now that we've thoroughly interrupted that roleplay, was there anything else you wanted to cover in that? Or be like, all right, let's.
Oh, I just wanted to.
I'm just gonna turn to Flick and very cryptically say, "It's not your fault," and just turn back. Continue steering the cart.
Greg, you're so weird today. Oh my gosh.
How could... But you weren't... What the fuck?
bully kids have a thing with the bully kids, and they understand it. Probably that's what I think it is.
But still go to sleep.
I can't. You're yelling.
That actually just sounds like a really vague thing that could apply to many people on many scenarios at different moments in time. So it's perfectly justified that anybody could say that to anybody else, and it's probably going to have some kind of resonance.
Who is that? Oh my gosh.
Hi, I'm Genfrey. I've been here the whole time. You probably didn't notice.
Oh, okay.
Good night.
I didn't
know we were
on this cart.
I was sleeping on top of each other.
You know what? Fuck it. Genfrey sleeps in his brick, so Genfrey is floating in the wagon in a little pocket dimension that travels
He's
along
the
with
most comfortable of all of us.
Yeah.
you. You can fit 8 people in the space
I
of
was,
a rope
I
trick.
was gonna say you go in there, it's like a spacious 2-story apartment, and then we're all crammed into this 8x8 foot wagon.
Oh, how do we sleep?
Yeah.
And then you look over at Keldor, and he's juggling balls of light.
Then again, we've never
Wow.
slept overnight in the wagon
Nope.
while it's driving.
We look like a traveling circus. There's a pocket dimension with a glowing blue entry point floating in the middle of the van. There's Keldor throwing things of light. There's Flick doing target practice with magical daggers. And there's a rhino leading the fucking wagon.
With a beard.
With a beard. A bloody beard.
Perfect alibi.
We look like a terrifying traveling circus.
That's how we get into the city.
Oh,
Welcome, one and all, to the
That's how we're
circus
gonna
of
get into the
murder.
Jesus Christ, my life is a fucking Where's Waldo page.
That is how we should get into the city.
If that is what you're actually going to do, I am 100% down for it. I want to see you try and justify it. No, we're a circus. We'll come to set up shop.
Technically, I'm here, so Vako's probably just gonna summon a horse and make the rhino not be a rhino anymore, and just have the horse lead us,
There should be an elephant.
like regular people and travelers.
Oh,
Yeah,
why didn't you
regular
turn into an
elephant
elephant?
people travelers. Circus.
You know what? Screw it. Relifor turns into an elephant.
Oh,
damn it.
no.
I can't see the road past this elephant's ass.
Why
That's
can't
worth
the real world respond to my whims like Matt does? If only my real life just acquiesced to my every fantastical whim the way Matt just bends to my will in this game.
Now it still laughs and it has the weird feeler nose.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's terrifying.
Interesting
I'm
fun
starting to-
fact. Did you know elephants get drunk?
Yes.
Did you know everything gets drunk?
No, as in they do it on purpose. They store fruit and they let it
Ferment.
ferment, and they do it to get drunk.
Oh, so they know how to make things that will get them drunk. That's a big step. Lots of
Yeah.
animals intentionally eat fermented fruit when it gets them messed up.
In
Like,
Japan,
there's-
there's legit something called monkey booze, because monkeys will hide fruit in tree trunks and let it ferment and then drink it.
You
And
can
people
find.
will drink that stuff too if they find it.
Oh God, you. You can find like
What's wrong
drunk
with us
deer and
species?
bears and stuff around here when they just find like a bunch of fruit trees that have all dropped their fruit a while ago and it's all started to go, and then they eat a bunch of it and they just get wasted.
Are you kidding me? Canadian animals get as drunk as the rest of you.
Was that racist? Or just
Deer and
They
cows eat
aren't a
birds
race,
too,
so-
Cody. Mind blown.
Anyway,
Granted, there technically is no such.
No what?
There's no
What?
such thing as race scientifically.
Yeah, well,
okay.
Tim-
we'll get into that later. We're getting into bad territory again.
anyhow. I had words and I forgot them.
No.
We're a traveling circus going down the road.
Yeah,
That's
the car
pretty much
bursts
it.
into flames.
Sure, why not? No.
No.
No. No. This has not to do that.
Okay,
I would like to
okay,
not
okay,
lose my
okay.
clothes.
flick sets the cart on fire, and it bursts into flames.
Okay. Varko, is there anything you wanted to do? Or are you just gonna sleep? Be like, nah, I sleep like a normal human being. The only one in this group.
I'm normal. I have emotions and shit.
You're also a half-orc, so you're not fully human?
Hey, be nice, hyena man.
I didn't say anything about me being human.
I love these moments when Don't Blink goes quiet because we all know he's muted himself to sit there either in hysterics or in total exasperation, and we will never know which.
He doesn't mute himself for the exasperation, Evelyn. He usually lets the exasperation show.
Right.
Of course, one of these times he's going to get murdered on the stream, and we're just going to think he's laughing a storm. Oh, Vaco, laughing away over there.
Speaking of getting
Wow,
murdered,
dark.
anything attack us in the night? I mean, granted, it would be kind of foolish for anything to attack us during the night. With,
No, nothing does. You've got plain sailing. Nothing is dumb enough to go near the giant bearded elephant.
And
Except us.
Owlbear and hyena man juggling knife thrower. Yeah, that would be terrifying to see that coming down the road.
Yeah,
If that's the case, if we are doing the circus thing, we all need to figure out what our talents are.
I'm the juggler.
I mean, your original plan
And the
was
escape
Relithor was
artist.
going to show you a way in the sewer tunnels.
Oh yeah.
But if you want to say screw
Right.
that,
Well,
That's
this is our
plan
backup
A.
plan.
Plan B is circus.
And as everybody knows, Plan B is usually what you have to go to.
Plan C is kill everything. So let's just try and only go to Plan B.
I've been trying that for weeks now. It doesn't work very well there.
That's why it doesn't. That's why it's Plan C.
Oh.
All right. So
Oh.
let's see.
righty. Get to like 8 a.m. Time for another shift change on who's driving, who's sleeping, who's doing this, that, and the other. It's day 2. What do?
Everyone's cranky as fuck. I think this is so weird.
I don't know. I'm a pretty decent morning person, so I think I'm feeling pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keldor's
fuck
like
you.
whistling and like still basically running laps around the cart as it's going.
I'll yell at him. You have to sleep sometime, man. Come on.
He did sleep for like 6 hours. Fine.
All right, all right.
This
Not
was
like
like
the rest of us.
curled up against Greg, just
Oh,
zonked out.
so there was one part early in the morning where Keldor just went while he was still on snow, he just went super quiet and like looked like he wasn't even paying attention to the world at all.
Well, that's fine. You have an owlbear.
This is true.
All right. I'll wake up in the morning. I'll prepare. Same spells I prepared the other day. They seem like they worked. I
Yeah.
didn't use any of them, but I felt like I needed to go full. I guess just basic warrior against those dragons. Test my abilities on that, and it turns out a level 2 fighter is capable of taking out all of the things the dragon cult seems to offer us.
They're
So-
not a very intimidating cult, then, are they?
If they're made of dragons, that's all they got going for them. I think we've got them handled.
All right. Well, if we just give a very quick, what is everybody's plan for this coming day, and then we'll jump to taking a break real fast. How does that sound?
Sounds good. What is? How far away are we from Dunkirk?
Since you traveled all night, you'll get there by the end of the day.
Oh,
End of the day.
Jesus.
So that means under cover of darkness we can sneak in.
Yeah, pretty much.
That doesn't matter for undead, but still.
It's not just the
Okay.
undead that we're trying to avoid.
That's true. But they're the things that can see in the dark. Potentially. Unless there
Yes.
are more goblins.
But they can see us plus everything else if we don't go in the dark.
It's true. Okay. I have customized my spells for Infiltration Day.
Okay.
I'm sure we're going to talk about it in character, but Flick does want to lead a scouting party of him and like maybe meat sprinkles or something, but someone else equally sneaky, which is nobody else. Who
I think. Can Greg sneak?
I'm not entirely sure.
If the second that she decides to attack something, all sneaking goes out the window.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
but that's,
pretty much.
that's the thing that.
Ironically, Kildor's actually pretty good at it.
yeah, Keldor might be.
Let's
If
see.
he'd have to like lose his plate though, right?
It's mithril, so it doesn't have that much negative on it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it in character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I can move pretty silently, and I've been working on this thing. I call it a silencer, and I show that as this thing that I screw onto the end of my gun. I'm like, I'm pretty sure. Now it's not tested yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll make my attacks quiet.
Okay, shoot it.
All right. Who
Yeah,
can I
now's as
shoot
good a
at?
time as any. How
And
about
I
don't
point
shoot us?
to a stump.
It's the same stump.
It's a very familiar looking stump. It
Alright.
seems to have collected itself back together after being blasted yet again.
And traveled hundreds of kilometers.
Hey, you don't know that stump story. You just keep beating it up.
That's true, we don't.
Because no one has tried to talk to it.
Stick up the
We just
God.
had this conversation about Mustang.
It's the last treant, and it's just a stump.
It takes 6
Uh,
damage.
Yeah. All right. So let's try and
Doesn't
figure
make
out
a
how.
sound.
The silencer you have, is that like an actual bit of equipment, or is that you making it?
That's me making shit up. How about
Would
like
that
I roll
be
it?
a roll craft check to see how good
I
it
would-
is?
Gunsmithing?
Yeah, let's do that. If you've got gunsmithing, you should have that as a skill. Quickly throw me a craft one of them up and see how good of a silencer you made.
All right. For artisan tools, is it like normal or none?
We
like I
do
have
have
some-
artisan tools.
Yeah, you do.
We have masterwork artisan tools, actually.
16. All right, it's a decent attempt. Let's just check all. Yeah, you rolled a 3. That's
Dang.
disappointing.
So did it make sound or not?
It appears to be working, but you aren't super satisfied with it. You notice if it doesn't quite fit the gun like perfectly. Hang up. Yeah, you know what? If I keep using this, it's probably gonna break. This is at best a placeholder.
Yeah.
So we aren't riding wagon.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
So
Well, need some tinkering, but I think I got the basics down.
Keldor's extremely impressed because he did hear how loud it was, and now it's quite a bit quieter.
does anyone actually know how the science of a silencer works? Because I don't.
Yes.
I will Google it over the
Actually, I
break.
do.
Actually.
What it does is it slows the air coming out of the muzzle down and breaks. Basically, it acts as a brake on the air, which breaks up the shock waves and prevents the sound from traveling as far.
That would make sense. All right, yeah.
And all that energy causes the silencers to heat up tremendously, which is why you will sometimes see them melt.
All right, yeah. Perfect excuse. You've got it. It's just. All right, so we've got silencer. And plans are we're gonna figure out how to infiltrate, and start making up circus lies. Any other quick things to say? Ooh, and this is what I think I'm gonna do. And then after that is done, we will go for our break.
It was just gonna sleep all day as much as she can, just like attached to Greg.
Kid's going to try and work out the plan with Flick a little bit. He is going to suggest that they take sugar with them.
Alrighty.
Good call.
Kid's going to charge Sugar with a casting of a spell, just in case.
And if I have Sugar and I have Spudnik, I can talk to Sugar through Spudnik, right?
Essentially.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
you can work out a secret signal that I can communicate to Sugar right now so he can be filled in on the plan. So what secret signal would you like Spudnik to have before he uses the spell on you?
Wait,
or
what?
anybody else?
What spell?
I have the ability to imbue my familiars with touch attacks.
Oh God. Okay. Well,
And
I can.
the only touch spell I have prepared today is Grelon's Blessing.
Well, is Sugar a familiar?
Sugar is a familiar.
So Sugar's intelligent, right?
Sugar isn't. At the moment, Sugar's intelligence, because unfortunately he will never get more intelligent than he is, unless I begin taking levels in Wizard again.
But he's intelligent enough for me to have an actual conversation with him, right?
Oh yeah, he's more intelligent than Unst is, I believe.
Yeah. Then through telepathy with Spudnik, I don't have to have a signal. I can just have a conversation.
Oh no, he doesn't speak common. He
But
can only
Sputnik
understand.
can telepath with him.
Yeah, basically.
So it's a three-way. It's like telephone.
Yeah.
But very quick since it's all mind to mind.
Yep, Kid can communicate with familiar directly because that's an ability that wizards have. They just have a language they share.
Okay. But the familiar itself can't communicate with other beings in any language?
No, it cannot.
Yeah, I think it specifically states it's like with their whatever the word is. Their person,
so
their thingy.
Dragons do speak all languages.
Or telepathy kind of ignores that, so you're okay.
Yeah,
I guess
it's fine.
Yeah, it's sort of Matt's call whether telepathy gets around that or not. But
you know what? For ease, screw it. Yeah, why not?
okay.
Just don't think about it too much. All right. Any other things, or are we about ready to take a quick break?
I think we can now take a break. 12 minutes later.
Yeah.
Oh,
sounds about right.
Right on time.
We will be back in about 5 to something minutes.
Let's try and keep it to 5 this time.
Yeah, let's try. See you real soon, everybody.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Well, not bye. No.
Be right back.
Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. We are gonna just jump right back on into what we were doing, I think. So, you were traveling. You know that because of the speed you have traveled, you stayed up all night. Well, not as a collective. Some of you stayed up all night to keep on driving. You will reach Dunkirk by the end of the day, nighttime-ish. And this is your prep time. What do?
So-
Alright.
This is really happening, huh?
Yeah.
Just seems like it's been like, I know it's only been a couple days, but it just feels like it's been months that we've been, should have been planning for this, and we've just kind of been looking after the thing in front of our noses at the time. Now it's here. And now we gotta, do it. And I feel vastly underprepared. Anybody else?
Well, I mean, the longer you wait, the less friends you're gonna have left.
Well, no, I'm not saying wait. I'm just saying I feel bad about this right now. So let's
Just do it.
or let's come up with a plan that makes us feel better about it instead of let's not to just do it. Hold back on the just do it.
What are we actually doing? You're so loud.
That's exactly. Okay, I'm sorry.
Vaco reaches in and pulls out some ale and hands it over to Flick.
Thank you. It appears someone needs it more than me, and I hand it to Utsua. Hair of the dog. Come on, you got plenty of time to wake up, but we do have to get on this plan.
So I'm asking you what the plan is.
If you're asking me to whisper it, it's okay. We've all been there. I've been hungover plenty of times. I'm surprised I'm not today, honestly. But
I'm not hungover. I'm just really fucking tired.
oh, well, that hurts too. That will still help, though. And I nudge the
I will slap that out of your hand. Do not touch me with that again.
And okay. Anyway, let's figure this out because I would rather not die today. Like, sure, it's a good day to die and all. That's a great mentality to have, but how about if we don't?
Yeah, I'd rather not die before. Says, and it's like, and I just look at Relithor and I'm like, do they want to the crazy guy?
Why are all the dwarves crazy in this party?
And I just look at Utsua and like raise an eyebrow.
Everybody looks at Utsua.
What?
Greg's
I
not
thought
phased
that was
by
a-
this.
Thought that was a given.
Well,
Hey!
as long as you know, I guess. Work with what you got, right?
I accept
wait,
my
what?
crazy. Thank you.
Oh, Torn Pixie with the raid.
Woo!
9.
Welcome, Pixie Party.
Welcome.
Welcome to the party. We're glad you're here.
There we go.
That's our singer.
Do.
Totally
Nice.
need to actually keep saying that when we never will.
It'll happen eventually, maybe. Who knows?
So Keldor's gonna be like, so I suggest that he goes, and I look at Flick, that you and me go scout out his tunnels to make sure they're not A, discovered, B, trapped, C, just death in general.
Oh, right. I forgot. We have to bring him. Oh, man.
Do we have to bring him? Can't we just have him point the tunnels out? And I
We
just
could
look at,
probably do that.
I just look at Relithor and don't want to bring the crazy.
He looks like he wants to come way too much. You know, I know you're really into this whole freaking people out with your insanity thing, but you proved you were lucid in there, and I know you're doing this for shits and giggles, and I know you've had a lot of shit done to you, but guess what? All of us have, and if you're in there and you can pull your shit together, we need you to pull that shit together and to be with us right now.
Can I walk up and attempt to like hop up and smack him in the elephant face?
That
You
is
want to punch
a
the elephant in the
high
face?
jump.
What'd you say,
In-
Matt?
What direction are you gonna like try and climb up his back, or are you gonna like hop down and walk around to the front? Because the wagon is perpetually moving.
Oh, we're still on the moving wagon at this point. Fine. Like, can I walk up his back and kick him in the back of the head?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay. I don't know if you want me to roll anything for it.
Yeah, screw it, you do it.
Okay. So yeah,
It's
I just
fun.
walk over and casually kick him in the back of the head.
Yeah, we know. It's hilarious. Ah, fuck it.
I turn around and I walk out of the party.
Okay, so he can't be relied upon. Good.
I wish I had that whatever spell it is that cures crazy people.
There's a crazy people cure spell?
Yes, there is.
I have an idea. If Relithor turns into a dire rat, then technically Volo should be able to talk to it.
Finally, Volo gets a use.
Everyone else in the chat and listening to the party and listening to the show just went, "Who the fuck is Volo?"
I forgot.
For a second, I said that too.
For everyone who doesn't know, Volo is Vako's rat familiar who has been seen poking his nose out of Vako's cloak twice in the last 50 episodes, I think.
Sounds
Yeah,
about right.
Yeah.
I think from a description that Don't Blink has given, like, didn't you describe Volo as like the fattest, ugliest, most disgusting rat anybody has ever seen?
That is correct.
So he's a very self-conscious rat. You think Vako is really just a skinny guy that has like a big paunch, but he's just got a little pouch there that his rat lives in on his tummy?
That is not an image I needed.
Like a cummerbund papoose.
Oh.
Mm,
Oh.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Does Ken3 want to send his weasel down as well? We can just
Let's
make
not
this the
send
animal
all
squad.
the familiars.
We want everything to die to one trap. Like, Jesus. Relithor already ate the horses before any of us could make a reflex save to stop him. How much temptation do you want to put in front of him?
Oh god. Okay, alright, that's fair.
By the way, Relithor was Rhino and he ate the horse, for those of you who just showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
thing we did.
Relithor is the crazy dwarf who we encountered a few episodes ago who just somehow proves to get crazier and creepier every episode.
Yep.
That's my plan. That's what he does.
Downward spiral.
Yeah, and still have just enough of a reason for us to keep him alive and around. Just a hair.
Just no. Alrighty. So, if the vague notion of a plan is, all right, plan A, tunnels, Keldor and Flick will scout and come back when they need to. You've got, a full day's worth of travel before you get there. What would people like to make use of with this day's travel?
Continue to complexify the plan a little more than we're going to scout and you guys are going to sit here.
I'm gonna
To
work
be
on
honest.
making grenades.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe the rest of us could infiltrate the city.
What?
I mean,
You can
obviously
try.
we can't send Dudes and Greg, but they don't know. Wait, they know me.
So that's about half of you out. Still sounding like a
love-
good plan?
I mean, I'd love
I don't want to
get back-
send anyone in there alone.
What are you gonna say, Utsura?
I'd love to get back to my shop, but I don't know if it's actually still there or not.
Yeah. I mean, you guys just locked your shops up and left?
Well, I left a dead guy in my shop, and one of the other people saw it, so they probably burned it down.
And how many days ago was this?
I don't know.
Oh. A week? A month? A year?
I don't know.
I look at
about
Greg.
5 days.
Yeah. Greg? How long?
Almost a weekish.
Okay.
It
Okay, so
was
there's a
at-
chance. There's a chance. Utsura, it's okay. There's a chance. There's a good chance. There's no chance. There's a good chance. It's okay. It's all right. We're going to check. That will be our second priority, okay? But can you agree with us that the lives of our friends come before your shop where there are no lives at stake? Or do you disagree with that? It's okay if you disagree. We just want to know where everybody stands now.
So before the giggling happened, Uthu's eyes had turned gold, just as a visionary marker.
Okay.
You don't want me to answer that right now.
Okay. Okay, so the shop is more important to her. That's okay. We can work with that. I get that. You don't know us. You don't know our friends. We don't know your shop. So, we can have different goals and we can still work together. Okay? And we all have a better chance of achieving all of our goals if we're honest with each other right now and work together. Right?
I never
Because-
said I wasn't going to help you.
No, I know. I know. You just look a little angsty at the prospect. That's all. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to myself. Like, we have limited resources, and we are going up against near unlimited resources. So we need to utilize everything we can. And that just means that we all need to know, what everybody else is thinking a little bit. Just a little bit. That's all.
Good question, Matt.
Yeah.
Did we ever establish how close to the border of the city the shops are? Or is that just like inside the city?
It's established you're not in like the particularly nicest areas of town. One would assume closer to the outskirts if it was relatively easy and quick for you to just get out of Dodge when need be.
Okay.
So, that's really it. It's not like, ooh, you're slap bang in the heart of a problem. Obviously, not like you walk into the city and there's Utsura's shop. Like, you'll have to go find it. It's
Yeah.
But it's pretty quick. Maybe half an hour of getting into the city. You can just walk and find it. Not long at all.
I will stay with the group, but if I see something is wrong, I cannot guarantee I will stay with the group.
That's fair enough. I don't think anybody expects anything different. I think that's kind of always been the code for all of us, But
Eldor just
Okay.
raises an eyebrow at Flick.
hey. So, I think.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Utsu's grabbed onto Greg's arm and is just holding real tight. Just sitting there. Just holding
Okay.
tight. That's it.
Alrighty.
Okay, so did we have any idea where our friends are being held in the city? Meat Sprinkles, did you know?
Yeah. Tower. Big thing. Kind of,
Is it-
middle of the place. Yeah.
Okay,
Got a view of the sky.
right. Is it the only tower? Is it that easy to find?
We haven't seen Dunkirk yet. I haven't seen any other
What?
towers.
No, but he has.
It's yeah, pretty. You'll see it.
Would I know the tower he's talking about since I've been like all around the city?
Hell yeah. Largest tower in the city. Towers above everything. It has always been there. It's been used for various things throughout the city's history.
Vaguely dick-shaped.
Yeah, vaguely phallic shaped, as all
Where would he going?
towers. This is not the Tower of Eyes. This is different. That
Okay.
tower's gone. That's broken. This is a
Okay.
newer, bigger, better tower.
That still looks like a dick.
Yeah. There is an architect out there in Dunkirk with a real issue.
You're telling me.
Well, sure, we could just build it without the two little buildings around the side of the base. And we could build it with a flat top instead of a dome. But let's be honest, why would you?
It does bring in a lot of tourism.
Yeah.
Freudian tourism.
You do not realize how much I'm having to like hold myself and be like, no, the entire tower is made of amethyst. It's a great big pit. No, it is not.
It's just stone.
It's
and
stone.
We can move on.
So, is there like... Relathor, do you know the way to get into the building or just into the city? Perfect. Thank you. Very helpful.
He's an elephant. What do you want him to say?
Turn
Elephants
back
don't
into a
talk.
normal person.
Well, then we
Do you want to
Sputnik
stop
first.
traveling and have this conversation?
Sputnik,
Oh,
ask
wait,
him.
yeah, he is pulling.
Sputnik, translate telepathically.
Okay, Papa. Boop, 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 boop.
He broadcasts his telepathy to Rolthor's mind. It could end well.
You killed Archer. Dude. He's gonna
All right.
choke to death now. That's
So,
not fun.
what do you want to tell Spudnik to tell? What do you want to tell Spudnik to ask Relathor?
Oh dear God, what was I asking? I was blinded by hate.
Do you know
How to get into the tower, or
Yeah,
just
that's it.
City?
Yeah.
All right. Spudnik passes that message on. Spudnik then projects back to you, Flick. I'm scared, Papa.
Yeah, I know.
Why is he our friend?
He's
Good
He's not.
question.
trust me. I don't think he'd disagree with that. Yeah, see?
Well, what the scary person said was he knows ways into the tower. Like there's a door you can walk through. There's
Perfect.
that's kind of it.
Oh,
you
good.
can like he made some kind of comment about, well, we could just blow it up, we could just put holes in it, we could just, I could fly up to it as an eagle and then transform into an elephant and fall into it, but
I like
That's-
that one.
That's good.
I do like that one.
But, and hear me out, then all the people that we're trying to rescue in this rescue mission, and stay with me here, would be dead. Right? I'm yelling at Relithor, not at Spudnik.
Yeah, but he pretty much only talked about a door. I mean, he then kind of rambled on about something. I'm trying to forget what he said because, I'm still like a baby, right? Like,
Yeah, okay, fine. Get in the backpack. Go.
I shouldn't be exposed to these things.
Yeah, probably not. None of us should. The world shouldn't be exposed to this thing. All right. Is anyone else as sick of this as I am?
I can't hear what you're
I
talking
could kill
about,
him right
honestly.
now, but I'm supposed to not do that.
Vaco gives Spa another alcohol beverage.
So tell me, so what can you do that's not killing? Or is that like your best thing? Because that's a good redeeming quality, but what else can you do?
I'm a merchant by trade.
Right. That's the cool part. Like, that's like, I guess, peacetime operations?
Uh-huh.
I'm talking more in the ways of stuff you can do with that freaky ability of your magic that never runs out.
Let me access my memory banks. Hang on.
Oh my god, she's even talking in a strange way.
You have banks for memories where you come from?
Yep.
Clearly she has to store it.
How does interest work?
My notepad, bro. What the fuck? Okay, just give me a second.
When they come to collect interest payments, you just think about what you did 5 years ago while you're trying to go to bed.
What are you talking about? I'm not even caught up on my taxes right now.
Oh my god, you have to pay memory taxes?
I have to stop, and they freaking want to keep charging me for it, and charging me for it, and charging me for it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Is that why my memories get like more faded every year, because they're taking a little bit away every year in memory tax?
Damn
Yeah.
memory government.
Anyway,
This is an awful system.
Eliza sighs very deeply and just looks, especially you, and goes, "No, that's because you're an alcoholic, dude."
Oh.
Keldor's
Anyway.
like nodding in the
Ouch.
background.
Go ahead, Utswa.
besides vaporizing shit, there are two things I can do. I can try and summarize this whole paragraph in like just a sentence.
Give really killer massages.
Do that too, but that's besides the point.
So at least 3 things then. Don't sell yourself short.
She can do entropic warding, which I'm just gonna have to read it because I don't know how to summarize this. When the invocation is activated, blah 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 blah. Deflecting arrows, raise other ranged attacks, like entropic shield. Leave no trail, like passes out a trace, and cannot be tracked by scent. That's one thing she can do. Another thing, I can take my eye out of my head and use it to scout.
Keldor's like blinking like
Kid's got the biggest smile on his face. He
Of
immediately
course he
says,
does.
You want to think I can do it right now? Well, probably not.
yes, do it now.
Oh. Okay. I don't have access to my character sheet right now. My thing is broken.
Click Utswa.
I don't have
I got
access
it
to
for
my now.
You should be able to do it out of the token.
No, I can't. Don't have access to my. I'm using data right now. I cannot
Oh,
get
He's
access.
not
got it.
on roll 20.
Got it.
Okay, so that invocation is the crawling eye invocation. So let's try and do this.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to give a very, very quick synopsis of it, unless you would like to do that.
No, just you can do the synopsis, and I will do the flare.
Basically,
Flavor.
yeah, as you said, one of your eyes leaves your head and sprouts spidery legs. You can see through the eye no matter where it goes, so you can use it to scout or to spy. So it cannot crawl of its own volition. You have to direct it. It has climb up to 20 feet as a move action. Yada yada, a bunch of stuff. So when you use it, your hit points are reduced by 2. Like your total hit points are reduced by 2. The creature has an AC of 20 and 2 hit points. And then there's a bunch of other things for it. I can hear it's blah 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 blahs. What do you do?
So basically, Utswa puts her hand over her right eye and makes a sound, and then it comes out of her hand on her hand. Ow! And then my eye. I can see you all.
Keldor visibly takes a step back and is that's creepy.
I'm going to barf over the side of the wagon for a second and then come back and say, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen!
Typical teenage boy, yes.
I was unaware you could do that.
I
can
barf
do
into
it.
my mouth and swallow it.
It sprouts little eggs and just looks around at you all.
Oh,
it's worse.
dear.
I love it so much.
Keldor just like walks away from the wagon.
So,
So
How
Utswa's
many
like
times-
swaying a little bit back and forth on the wagon bench and just like, I call it optic.
Oh my god, I love Optic. What happens if it dies?
It hurts really bad. Don't do that.
But it grows back?
I mean, yeah.
Flick, you need to take this on your mission.
What?
You need to take this on your mission, Flick.
How far away can it go from you?
I don't know if there's a range. I think it can move up to 20 feet per round or whatever, but I don't know if it has a range to me.
But if I just like take it and carry it,
I mean,
like
Keldor's like nearby and is like, how would that help us?
I don't
Talk
know.
to him.
she could relay to us what's going on in the tunnels while they're there.
No, she couldn't unless we could talk to her. Unless we can talk to it, it's useless to us.
If it can see, it can understand what's going on.
Couldn't hear though. And do you have dark vision?
I'm a dwarf. Yes.
Yeah.
I have dark vision.
It's
It's
a dwarf
mine.
Keldor's
Hyena
just like
man.
really confused, like, but it's not in your head.
I'm not gonna explain this to you anymore, Hyena Man. This is.
Keldor, it's magic.
Yeah, but magic has rules too.
I can grow 2 extra arms out of myself, and they work just fine. This is the same principle, except cooler.
Keldor just like looks at you and is like, sure.
Just if you're gonna take optic, just don't let it die, or I am.
Fine. And Keldor very gently holds his hand out for the creepy eyeball and tries not to stutter.
Anybody else want to take it besides Archer, or is it just Archer taking it?
I mean,
Gun.
if you want
What the-
it safe.
That's true. Right, go, little optic, go.
And then he puts it like on his shoulder, like right here. So he's got. Ugh, that's creepy.
Oh, so tall. Ooh.
Please tell me we can't hear her laughing through it.
And I'm like listening to it with my ear, and I'm like, nope, we're good.
Oh, thank God. As soon as we can return Relithor here, it's going to be quiet again.
Eliza
you're
just
great.
looks around the room of the wagon and is like, I'm now really starting to question my choice in people, because you're Prim's best friend, weren't you?
Yeah, what about it? Yeah, what about it?
You think I might have made some rash decisions? Because you're batshit insane. And not in a delightfully charming way. Not like, Flick or, Relifor is insane, but, at least I have a vague read on how because he's always insane. And I understand that. You've just flip-flopped from, being very polite and pleasant and having all of your feelings and all to just being crazy cuckoo pants.
Hey, it's never a dull moment.
Dull moments are severely underrated.
Keldor's like nodding his head like. I once met this guy from a different country. In his country, it's actually their worst curse they can give you is may you live in interesting times.
Sounds like they met us right at the very beginning in that bar.
Pretty sure I ticked one of them off at some point. Keldor says as he walks off. He's actually walking to the back of the wagon to get supplies for the
Alright.
scouting mission, which I have already moved from supplies and kitchen.
Alright, so it seems our main infiltration team consists of 6 members. Optic the Eye, Keldor, Flick, Spudnik, Vako, and Sugar. Am I missing anybody?
Volo.
Yes, Volo.
Well, it doesn't count.
Well,
Sorry.
Genfrey has a bunch of invisibility spells. If anybody else wanted to tag along, Genfrey just goes boop, invisible.
I think we should go with.
I think Gen 3 will die if he comes with us.
It's true.
I feel
We've
it in my
done it
tiny little
times
bones.
before.
Yeah, I think the group we have has the best chance of not dying instantly. And at the very least, have a decent chance of most of us escaping. So,
Hopefully.
yeah, so when we
And-
arrive.
Yeah. Unless there are any other conversations, roleplay stuff you would like to do along the way. Greg, I believe you said you wanted to work on some more crafting. If you want to do another craft roll for me.
Yes, and you guys said you had masterwork tools, actually,
Yes,
right?
we do.
Excellent.
We got them from the Frost Giant.
Perfect. So I'm gonna try to make essentially a nail grenade,
Jesus Christ.
which
Alright.
will explode and shoot shrapnel off in several different directions.
18. Yeah, that sounds good enough to me. It's not that hard to make a small explosive. He says without having this knowledge.
It's
Doesn't sound too different from a Granado, honestly.
too hard.
Granados are just clay filled with gunpowder and also random bits of stuff.
Like, we have like wood. She could just like stick the nails in like 2 boards of wood, have a hollow center, and fill that with gunpowder.
Yeah.
That would work.
I also have a bunch of scrap metal,
mean-
gunpowder.
Isn't that the basic concept behind a pipe bomb?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm making a pipe bomb, but I'm making a pipe bomb.
you're making it hot.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
And-
I think a 19 is good enough to do that.
All right, I'm gonna hand it to Flick. And I'm
Okay.
gonna say, this is your Hail Mary pass. If you guys need to get out of there, you throw this down. You make sure you hear a tick. And you run. And it should slow down whatever the hell's chasing you.
So all I gotta do is throw it down?
It should be activated by sudden jarring movement, so yes.
Ah. Okay, like the sudden jarring movement of it hitting the thing, or the sudden jarring movement of me throwing it?
The sudden jarring movement of it hitting the ground should activate.
Okay, I think I get it.
Fako just only says, I don't want to carry that.
Put it in my bag of holding. There you go. Now it's immune to jostling.
Okay, let's do this.
Alrighty. Anybody else have anything else they would like to do, or persons to talk to, etc., etc., etc.? Or is it, hey, you arrive within distance of the city walls?
I suggest that as we get closer, we all disguise ourselves a little bit. I don't know, maybe just like throw some rags or cloaks over top of us and make ourselves look a little more like regular travelers rather than this fucking whatever we are.
Just make us invisible instead of,
Well, yeah, but I mean, like a couple kilometers away from the city. When we start to come within sight of people, we should just look a little less ostentatious.
Keldor pulls out his old travel cloak that he's had since, like, he traveled to Dunkirk or Dundee, and just.
I put a covering over the rhino or the elephant, I guess now.
Yeah.
Just just to make it look a little bit clear, instead of just like a crazy elephant.
Are you trying to make it look like a horse? Like you just throw like something over top of it? Like it's not an elephant. It's just an oddly shaped horse.
I was just kind of like maybe Relithor we can put him inside the cage, or not the cage. I'm sorry. The carriage.
Then what's gonna pull it?
Yeah, it's true.
I have a
Both the
horse.
horses. Oh.
I can make a horse.
He can.
A single
Could you
horse
have
to
made the horse
haul a
for
carriage
Relithor
with
to eat?
9 people?
So he didn't eat our horse.
There was no way we could have predicted that happening.
Yeah.
And probably
Fako
really
just
prevented
shrugs.
Wham!
Alright. I'll take my slime-eaten clothes and I'll put them on instead of the nobility outfit I've been wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna shrug my saber-tooth cloak so that it's covering like all of me except for my boots.
The only one we don't have anything for is Angus, but I think I've got a cure for that if he'll let me punch him in the face like 6 times.
I like where he's thinking.
Keldor just grabs dirt from the ground and just goes across his face.
Angus face?
Yeah.
Yeah. Angus, the royal prince of the entire kingdom of Fife, now has mud smeared over his face as he sits there with his cool horned helm he got, and he's just like,
And you should probably take the horned helm off.
I don't
Probably.
think he's taken it off since he's gotten it.
Does
No.
anyone have any dung? Does anyone see any dung around here?
you mean,
Give me a second, I'll find
If you give
some.
him a minute.
Keldor's pretty used to
High five, Cody.
Keldor's pretty used to traveling like he's just a traveling like sellswords.
Finding dung.
So he's not like super obvious that he's a gnoll.
Wait a second! I just realized I skinned all of the dwarf dragons!
Oh god, right.
We can wear their skins!
I
It'll
said
work just fine!
less.
Keldor just looks at Kid and says, "No."
We're gonna
Oh,
look
okay,
like
maybe we
your
can just wear
regular. Yeah, we're gonna look like your regular average peasants wearing dragon skin. Perfect.
Hey,
It's a
Greg.
very good plan.
What is it?
Is this too loud? Motioning to Oliver.
Yeah, they'll notice you instantly.
Here, wear my duster.
Oh.
girlfriend's clothes. Always.
I have a burlap sack someone can wear if they want.
Oh, and Meat Sprinkles is going too. I gotta give him a roll.
Greg's duster on Utswa? You'd have to like pick the bottom of it up and like pin it to the shoulders, and then let it drape back down to the bottom, and then pick up the end of it and pin it to the shoulders again. There'd be so much of it to keep it off the ground.
If she's just sitting on the wagon, it doesn't matter. She can just wear like a blanket.
If she's sitting on the wagon, yeah.
Yeah, plus she's like, what, 4 foot? Greg's only like 5'9".
It's not
Yeah.
that bad.
It's not nearly as funny as I'd imagined it in my head. I go with that number.
Alrighty.
Alrighty,
Utswa, you're now
so
2 feet tall.
I could take my outer layer off, but then where to put it?
I actually have another winter cloak that would be, more Utsa's size if they want that.
Wait,
That
isn't
much.
Flick like 2 feet tall?
Flick's like 3.5 feet tall.
Okay.
And it's a cloak,
pretty
not a
good.
fitted garment.
Hmm.
So arguably, if she wants it.
Alright.
Yeah,
She might not.
I'm definitely saying she should keep the duster,
Duster.
because it's also +1 defense.
Well, then she should definitely keep that.
Alright, we got our preparations then. Let's roll disguise.
alrighty, yeah. Disguise yourselves.
I'm trying to get back into roll 20. Just give me a second.
Oh,
It's a 16
Main-
for Flick.
You may need to roll for me, Matt, or someone roll for me.
On it. Actually, I
have
rolled for you
no
last time. It didn't
points.
work out. So,
Wow,
you know what?
17, 16,
disguise.
15. Nice. And 2
Two.
from Kid.
I did say I was just putting on clothes that I'd worn in the past that may actually reveal more of me.
Oh.
Yeah. The clothes you had, which had been eaten by, yeah,
Westland.
flipping.
Disguise check for Utswa is 12.
Oh, righty. Yeah. Except Kid, you all make a decent job of disguising yourselves from people who have no idea who you are.
Yeah.
What is your plan? Obviously, has mentioned, like, all right, I can show you where the tunnels are. We'll take some sewers out from the side and we'll get in. Scout party, you want to go check those out?
yes.
So we're stopped now. Relator can transform back into a person and answer a question or fucking two.
Sure, why not? I mean,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Let's-
You're stopped about a kilometer away from the city. You've got
Yeah, like right before we get into like direct like eyesight, like as soon as the first party members see it like over the next hill rise or whatever, I'm gonna call the party over to stop out of sight.
And if
and we're
there's
gonna-
any like trees or anything, or like a good like low area to put the party in, so that they're not a beacon.
Well, you are currently on the other side of one of the rivers because Dunkirk is surrounded by rivers. So
Right.
you need to cross the river and then you're basically on the city. So you've got an entire river between you and the city.
Okay.
You've got space. You've got time to hide.
Okay.
And
Just
obviously
so
there are bridges and all that good stuff if you don't want to try and swim or drag a wagon across. So, Rebecca, you had something you were going to say. Sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I just came back into Discord and I see Optic from Cody. I almost freaked out a little bit. That's fine. Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
Creepy.
It
Welcome
is.
to say something.
Oh,
Does Optic being there help us at all?
It just lets Utsua be able to tell everybody else what's going on, really.
Yep.
So does Sugar.
Sugar has blind sense, but I can't communicate directly. I only get feelings.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay, then
basically, Utsua is watching everything you are doing, so she
Okay.
can stand there with the non-scout group and be like, oh, this
Gotcha.
is what's going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I thought we were just
Mhm.
bringing Optic to be like a scout that we were going to send around corners, and I'm like, that makes no sense.
No,
Without
she's
Utsua there, that would be pointless, yeah.
Yeah.
Sugar's main thing is the fact that he's radar. He can see things that
Yeah.
are invisible.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, good. So Meat Sprinkles is coming, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
And
Alrighty.
yeah, are we bringing Relithor? Or yeah, that's what I want to find out right now. Okay. So as Relithor finally transforms back into something with an articulable mouth, I'm
Well,
going to...
He transforms back into normal.
Yeah, whatever you want to
Relithor.
call that, right? So, okay. So now that we're here, how much do you know about the layout of these tunnels? Do you just know where the entrance is? And then are you going to be as blind as we are once you go in? Or do you know how to find the tower from the tunnels when we're under the city?
And what I know from the tunnel outside of the city, and I know how to sneak on through it, just wiggling and squiggling around through until I find my way back to the Church of the Triad, the big cathedral right in the center of town.
Wriggling.
That's wriggling and squiggling. Like these worms I keep in my beard.
So did you have to turn into something to get out of there?
Nope.
Keldor
just
looks at him and says, "Would I fit?"
Oh yeah, these are big tunnels. You know, this is a pretty large settlement, usually a couple of thousand people. You want a tunnel at least 10 foot high, because otherwise it might get clogged, you know, with the human feces and stuff.
Lovely thought.
We get to wade through it.
Keldor's like trying not to punch him.
Please don't put my eye in that. I will not be happy.
You're on my shoulder.
Please do not put my eye in that. I will not be happy.
And don't fall off.
You don't fall in the zoo.
Don't be surprised if you come back with pink eye, though.
I will destroy it myself then and grow it back.
Okay, so if it comes back pink, we'll just throw it in the drink. Gotcha.
That's the plan.
That's disgusting.
It really is. Gross.
Okay. Well,
Top tier D&D right there.
scouting party is headed to the sewers.
Okay,
Alrighty.
wait.
Well,
Are you guys just gonna wait here for us? Out of sight? Are we gonna cross this bridge together? Are we gonna use the wagon to get us close to these tunnels and then go invisible so that we cannot be seen from people on the walls going under the city? Do we care? Are there people on the walls? Are there any kind of defenses?
Assume there are people.
So do I. So
Well-
we need a little bit more of a plan than we're just going to walk to the tunnels, which are easily seen from the wall, I assume.
If I have any experience with the guards, I know that they half-ass a lot.
Okay, that's good to know.
I'm not sure exactly how well fortified this city is. They're expendable. They're more like a wave of bodies hitting something than a well-trained army.
at least in more recent times, yeah.
Yeah.
They also like to pee in your shop.
Well, that sucks. All
I
right.
killed a man for that.
Yeah.
Don't blame
I
you.
assume-
Let's see.
Huh.
Keldor's going to go up to the top of the hill and he's actually going to ask Relithor to point out where the tunnels come out.
Relithor will come up with you, get to the top, and you can see the vague outlines of the city. You can see a big tower sticking out from what would appear to be the center. And what you can see some walls, and you can see the city is surrounded by rivers. There's two rivers that go around it, and you can see vaguely where 4 gates would be, one at each of the compass points, so north, east, southwest, yada yada. You can see an area on the west gate, which looks like there should have been a tower, but it also looks like something got knocked down there a good couple of decades ago by something. Crazy times. So what Relfor does, he points at the north side of the wall and goes, right there. You follow that wall, then you go down, and you look there on the river, and it's under the river. Don't ask me how, but it's under the river. And it's there on this side. And we just sneak on in.
Okay.
Crap, we gotta bring him.
Looking at where he pointed out, I'm going to attempt to see if there's a way to get there without being super obvious.
To the entrance of the tunnels? Yeah. No, you can do that without getting noticed. The tunnels come out far enough that the city can't see them. These are designed to be like secret ways in and out of the city, so you wouldn't be seen.
I think we're good. I turn to Flick and I'm like, I don't think we'll need the wagon to close, because I don't think we're gonna need to.
But, I don't want to sound like I'm forcing myself to come with all of y'all, but you kind of need somebody who can, make stones move. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like, brain is like, Alright then. We'll take the crazy dwarf.
I don't like it any more than you do.
It's going to be fun.
But I'm telling you now.
No
if you do
shenanigans.
anything that screws us up, I will throw you into a lion's den the moment I find one.
Okay.
We need you to keep the crazy laugh to a minimum from here on out. You get that, right?
Actually, get all of it out right now.
Yeah. Please, if you need to, just go for it. Go nuts.
I like how both of these descriptions apply to both dwarves in the party.
Oh, that's exactly it. And Relfor just kind of goes like, Done.
There you go. You feel better?
How does one feel better?
All right.
Better is an abstract concept, and I'm not quite sure that one can understand how such a thing would physically feel.
Okay, no,
Just like
it worked. Yeah, that's good. Okay. We got it. We got it. You're making my stutter come back. This isn't cool. Ah! All right. Let's like so we're
Okay.
going. We're taking the crazy dwarf. And
Which one? Me?
Yes. And I turn to the
Mm.
rest of the group. Keep low. And don't kill anything unless absolutely necessary.
I promise
That goes double for
nothing.
you, sugar.
And then I turn and start like guiding the party to tunnels. We say no more crazy laughing.
That's not my crazy laugh. That's my kind of slightly amused. Sorry. Okay, let's go.
So, I'm talking with Keldor now. I run up to the front of the group, and I'm walking beside him.
so what's our goal here?
See if this tunnel is viable to get the party in, and to see if we can set up a base on the inside that we can be safe in. That's my goals for this run.
Okay. Well, let's try it. So we're not trying to find our way into the tower right now. We're trying to
No.
find a safe house in the city to be a staging point.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to get into the tower that easily.
Why
Oh,
didn't
no.
we ask where either of the shops were of the people that are in our party that we could have used as staging posts?
Because they're both criminals who probably are heavily watched.
Not a criminal. Haven't done a thing.
You ran away with a criminal.
Hated and abetted a murderer.
I mean,
I'm not that bad.
You're
No,
doesn't
you're a
mean not
multi-murderer, you're
as
right.
Keldor's walking away.
Just very quietly, uncharacteristically quietly, just following slowly behind Ralph will go, "You didn't need no safe houses. If we get in there, we can use the cathedral."
Only if this dude, who apparently doesn't care much for gods anyways, because all the gods want to kill his ass, hasn't destroyed it. So we'll see.
At the very least, the cellar will still be in place, because that's below, so we'd at least have one big room where all my wine was kept.
I like it. We're going.
I thought that would amuse you.
Probably a lie, but if it is, we'll
The
be
moment
there
he
and we won't
starts
need him anymore, so I'll finally be able to kill him.
There's
Let's go.
just like a flick over the back of the head, like
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to keep it on in. Ha ha. Not crazy laugh.
Do you know the silence spell?
Yes?
use it
Can
on
you-
yourself.
Can you cast it in effect only you?
Actually, I'm not sure. Can druids learn that spell? I don't know off the top of my
I don't
head.
think so. It's an arcane spell.
No,
That would also take
probably
sugar
not.
I mean,
Yes.
No, it's actually a
He
cleric
just sticks
spell.
a pine cone in his own mouth.
It's a bardic
Oh.
cleric spell, but yeah,
Uh,
druids can't learn it.
Still not a druid spell, yeah.
no, I used to know it.
Alright, let's go.
Alrighty, let's. So, yeah. Here's a good spot. This is, yeah. Relafol rubs his hands, crouches down, touches the earth, and it slowly crumbles open, and you find an entranceway to a tunnel.
Yeah, you're right. That probably would have been tough to find without you.
Yeah. We do that.
Anybody else feel like we're all gonna die at his hands here in about 10 minutes? Or maybe 23?
I feel like I'm gonna die at my own hands eventually. So,
Oh, good. That's very
Why not?
reassuring.
Yeah,
But-
if he tries to kill us by his hand, it will not go well for him.
oh no,
I
no,
don't-
no! It's never
that's a
gonna be on
problem.
purpose.
I don't think that's a deterrent for him.
I know. We'll just see who's faster.
Oh, you.
And
Alrighty.
as we go into the tunnels, Eldor's gonna do some fancy stuff.
Fancy stuff.
Back at the wagon, I think they're fighting.
I've seen
I'm
fighting,
gonna
it's not quite the same.
Just pull out my pocket watch and check the time and be like, I give him about an hour. Or-
I guess in the
And
meantime,
then-
we can all discuss our tragic stories.
I only have one eye, but that looks familiar.
What looks familiar?
Your pocket watch.
Oh yeah, I got it when I was a kid.
Oh yeah. I used to sell stuff like that all the time.
I wish I got to own things as a kid.
I remember this one time we went to there's some backwater village. I don't remember what it was called, but this kid showed us the way to the village, and it was really cute. And then I sold them a pocket watch, super cheap. But I don't remember anything about it though. It was so long ago.
What a weird coincidence.
What do you mean?
Well, I met a traveling merchant when I was a kid who I led to my village, and they sold me a pocket watch. Took all my money though, all 4 gold.
We should talk about this on that one-eyed.
I guess I don't really see the relation.
Uspa starts blushing really heavily.
Sansalar kind of sits there and mumbles quietly to himself. It seems awfully contrived and, a little too coincidental. But, what do I know?
I mean, we've heard your tragic backstory already.
Yeah.
And I think we've avenged it, too.
I'll go back to shutting up now. Sorry, guys. Cool.
Yeah, that would be most appreciated, you dick.
All right.
Yep.
So, Utsu, I need you to give me the
That's
play-by-play.
my job, to be a dick.
But I can't hear you over Elfie guy. What?
Utsu, give us the play-by-play. What are you seeing?
What am I seeing, Optic? I see
Like
lots
scratching his butt.
How? Flick, I'm up your shoulder.
No, you're on Keldor's shoulder, and I'm in front of Keldor.
I mean, Keldor's
Yeah. It doesn't matter how far in front of me you are, though.
My butt is still non-existent to you. You can't see that far down.
No, not really.
All right. To describe what you are seeing, they have descended seemingly into the earth itself, yet there's a very ornate-looking staircase. It's very fancy-looking. And at least this first half of the tunnel is very clean, very calm, very well maintained. Well, if not maintained, at the very least, it was created in such a way to last. Eventually, as you get a little bit further along, you see a river above you. You are underneath a river.
There's whoa. Okay. There's water above us. That's weird.
All right, so they've made it past the first checkpoint.
Okay, I guess so.
Keldor has detect magic running. What's he sensing? Area.
What's the range?
All right. What
It's
you are
a
detecting?
60-foot cone in front of me.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you look up and around, you can tell that whoever made these tunnels, they put a lot of work and effort into these. There is some pretty hardcore magic sustaining these to keep the tunnel. Like, basically, what it has done is they have created an illusion. Well, not an illusionary, like a wall of force above the top of the tunnel and around the sides. So you are technically walking through a river, just like in the earth.
Can Utspa recognize this as magic?
You have
Well,
detect
it's probably not natural, considering there is literally... It's almost like there's an invisible glass pane between the river and the tunnel. Like, it is there, it's there. Water is there above you.
Hey, Greg, you know how the past fuck-tongue long time we've been living under no magic laws?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that now. Because there's stuff under here that's ridiculous.
What the
It's
fuck
like-
is up with that, Angus?
Angus will shrug. I don't fucking know. That's their city, not mine. If I had to take a guess, I'd probably say, clerics or something.
I don't know if that's clerical magic, but that's freaky. And I feel lied to. And also gypped out of using my magic.
Alrighty. What's going on in the cave?
Oh, righty. Let's describe a little bit more of that. You pass a little bit further forward. You get to the other side of the river, and
Do we
all
have
of a sudden,
light?
well, most of you have dark vision, don't you?
I don't.
Flick, you've no fucking clue what's going on unless somebody has cast light.
I'll say Sugar is on him, can direct him. Kinda like Ratatouille.
He's kind of going, ah!
I'm holding on to Keldor's waistband then.
Yeah. Keldor's up front, and the entire time he's using his detect magic and is also checking for traps their way.
And I have torches like at the ready, like in my belt, and then my flint and tinder like in a pouch that I can grab easily so that I can light one quickly.
Alrighty.
But I'm not
Sugar's
lighting
emitting
them
tiny-
until we need them.
Sugar's emitting tiny little.
I'm holding on to Keldor too, so I'm mostly letting him steer.
Nice. As you've definitely crossed the other side of the river, you notice the tunnel change a little bit. You know, this, whilst being created in such a way that's like, all right, yeah, this is how it works. You start to find, once you cross the other side, you notice that there's a small stream of water. Well, I say small, it's quite large looking, maybe a good like 30, 40 feet across. And there appears to be a set of stone, almost like a small pathway built at the side of it. And if you look up, you now see that this is no longer like a magical tunnel. This is just straightforward sewer tunnel. You can see stone slabs. It's formed in a cylindrical shape. It smells fucking disgusting. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
And you can see that stream seems to go away from the tunnel you just left. And it seems to look as if it is directed to merge with the river that was above you.
Oh, they're making disgusted faces. I think they made it past. I think they're in the sewer. Oh.
I pull out a little vial of this like jelly-like substance, and I take a big wad out and smear it on my top lip under my nose. And anybody who's looking at me weird, I hold it up to them.
Keldor grabs some and like makes like 2 balls almost and shoves it in his nose.
Yeah.
Relithor just takes a deep breath.
Yeah.
I was gonna. He goes. It's not the same. I like the natural smell more. This feels artificial, almost like it's. I don't know. It's just not as interesting as animal poop.
Probably something to do with the texture.
Probably.
That sounds like something a farmer would say.
100%.
Alrighty. I don't know if any of you thinking about this, but taking a swim is highly ill-advised. Not just that you get sick, real sick.
Crap.
Oh no, there's lots of crap. It's right there.
Hey, Keldor? How much would it compromise your battle efficiency if I rode on your shoulders?
Be prepared to jump off if necessary.
Am I ever not prepared to jump off?
True. And I go and pick you up and put you on one of the
Sweet.
Just don't squish Optic, please.
Optic's on the right shoulder. Flick is on the left.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna put Optic on Flick's shoulder, on Keldor's shoulder, so it's like a little.
We're like a watchtower going through this.
Yeah.
You did say they were pretty tall tunnels.
Yeah, the tunnels are at least 10, 15 feet.
Oh, I just got extra tall. Oh. Well, that's nice.
So you continue walking. It seems pretty calm, pretty quiet. There's not kind of anything here. After a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you do see one person. They are on the floor. They are sat down. Next to them is a knocked over, beverage of some kind.
Oh.
They do not appear to be conscious. They're just chilling. Just there, go. Oh.
I'm going to. No, I'm gonna let Flick move silently. Better at it. Go check if that.
There's a body down here. It's weird.
Okay. You can't see. Damn it.
We can see.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't.
Optic could, but I don't know if that's safe.
I really should have figured this out.
Keldor, well, he's like, ugh. Well, at least if we get in a scrap, I can light the place up. But I'd rather not until we do.
What's the man dressed in, Matt?
This person, they appear to be wearing some kind of burlap cloak. It is covering their head. Their hand, which you can vaguely make out, seems to have a very hefty leather glove on it, at least from what you can make out. They're doing as much as they can to keep as much as themselves hidden and secret, to say the best.
The moment he
most.
starts stirring, I'm going to attempt to stay out of sight. Jeez, that is a terrible.
10.
Thankfully, he's
Alrighty.
dark, and he also has a sack over his face.
You also want to move silently as well. See if you've not like.
Yep. Probably.
Ooh.
That's better.
Way better.
All right.
I have the same modifier for.
Yeah. So he's just kind of sat there and he goes, I am positive I heard something, but then I didn't. This was a really stupid place to try and hide. Ow.
I'm going to slowly pull something from my belt.
Is there any light illuminating this guy from outside?
Not at all. This is like in the middle of.
Okay.
And Keldor is going to take the fishing net he took from the supplies and attempt to throw it over him.
All right. The way a net works is you make a ranged touch attack. So just make a ranged attack and try and hit this person's touch AC.
I think I'll do it, unless I get it.
Probably.
He is prone, so
18. Yeah.
Plus 4, so.
So you throw it, and this person goes, "Oh, bugger! Hello, hello there. What? Sorry, one moment. Can't see anything. So, excuse me. You know what? Whatever this is, you just throw at me. I hope it's a net and not something gross." And the net lights up. You can now get a slightly better look of this person.
And he's probably blinded by the fact that there's light right in his eyes.
Well, he's going to have to take a minute to adjust, but it's not like burning light, it's just lantern light.
Yeah.
What you can see, this person is surprisingly well built. Yeah. You couldn't really see it when they're slumped over, but when you get a bit of a better look, they've got quite broad shoulders. They're still slumped down on the floor, and they've still got their hood up, but a bit you can see of their faces. It looks to be a quite defined jawline that you can make out. No sign of anything like stubble or facial hair or anything like that. But as of yet, you still can't make out loads. Underneath their cloak, you can see a very impressive looking suit of armor. Like, real fancy ass looking. Much fancier than any what you assume drunk person should be wearing down in the sewers.
Would also recognize that armor? As
I
a
immediately
guard
begin
armor?
studying them.
Well,
I tell Flick to drop. Sorry.
first, well, there's a bunch of Utswa. Yeah, that is city guard armor. Slightly more important than anything else, that is captain of the city guard armor.
So Utswa and has Optic start tapping on Keller.
Before that even happens, Keldor tells Flick is just like drop to Flick and sprints behind him and like gathers the net and then like turns him so that he can't see him. So he's like actively forcing the guy to look at the wall.
Oh, yep. Okay. This is wonderful. Hello. Can we not murder me, please?
That depends.
I let Flick do the talking.
They found a city guard in the sewers, and I think he was drunk, but it's really weird.
So
So does anybody recognize this guy?
Optic's still tapping on Keldor's shoulder, like bleh, furiously tapping.
Keldor like looks at Flick because and like points at the eye and nods, not talking.
Somebody seems to. So, this armor you're wearing,
Yes.
what does it mean?
Well, right now, bugger all.
Ah, so you're a smart one.
I force his face into the wall.
Ow. No, that wasn't a smart ass reply, I swear. I'm saying that any status I had is kind of gone now. You know, what with all of that chaos up there. I probably shouldn't be telling strangers this, because for all I know, you're part of that crew going to murder me. So if I turn around and I start talking about the bloody whatever nonsense name he's given himself, Sorcerer King.
Zargathrax?
I didn't learn his bloody name, did I?
I let
Apparently
him
not.
loose just a little bit. Not enough to be like he's free, but enough to be like, we're listening. And so we might be friends because we don't like that person either.
Oh, no, you know, I was just, you know, it's a wonderful day. You know, I'd just gone and, well, I hadn't been there, you know, I had to stay behind, but last thing I remember, his sister had gone off and got married, and everything was wonderful, and, you know, then a couple of days later, you still haven't heard anything from it, and, Sorcerer King shows up. Try and fight, and nope, next thing I know, I'm running for dear life, having fallen off my eagle, and did the only logical thing. Grab as much booze as I could from McCall and hang out in the sewers and slowly drink myself to death. Because I am one sole person on my own, utterly incapable of facing an entire army. Hello.
Okay. Is there any chance Keldor would have recognized this guy from, like, state or anything else?
If you want to pull this person's hood off at any point, yeah.
Yeah, I would do that at some point.
No,
Just like,
Alrighty,
like,
yeah.
not keeping him.
You
I'm still
pull
keeping
this.
him face away from me.
Yeah, you pull this person's hood off. Once you can see their face because it's lit up by the light. They have a severe undercut going all around the sides and back of their head. They've got lovely blonde hair that kind of forms into like slight curtains coming from the top. Very defined chin, like jawline and cheekbones. Very emotive eyes, broad shoulders, and Keldor. The last thing you remember, well, not the last thing, and as you can tell from the armor marked with the city guard, whatnot, and they seem to be wearing the house of McDougal, which you would know was the royal lead family of Dunkirk, and Iona McDougal is Angus's wife. However, last thing you remember was the captain of the city guard was Iona's sister. You're fairly certain this is a guy. Like, this looks very masculine.
Does Utsu recognize him? Being a citizen of Dunkirk?
Yeah. That's captain of City Guard, you know, captain of the Eagle Knights, you know, big deal.
I don't know how to make it seem like it, but Optic is a mad eyeball right now, just angry. However that conveys.
Just flailing.
Yeah.
What?
Keldor... Wait, what? Say that again?
I'm asking if Utswa communicates that information to us, or just does that gamble.
So they've so they found I don't know if they're former or not, the captain of the city guard. Something McDougal face.
Keldor takes the net off of the captain.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna respond to Utswa first, and then I'll do Keldor. Angus kind of raised an eyebrows. Oh, they found Regina. Oh, that's grand. She'll be a lot of help to us. I'm very much looking forward to meeting up again with her.
Hang on, no. I don't think. I mean, there could be, but don't think that's a lady. I think he's a dude.
Cut back to Keldor. Keldor, what are you doing?
I step back and let him face me, and I'm like, and at this point, I've kind of let my cloak fall open so that my armor, which has the soft shield pressed on it, is showing.
Yeah. This person, they'll kind of like, they'll rub their eyes, be like, oh, sorry, still a little blurry-eyed and whatnot. Soft shield. Sorry, you're quite memorable. Scarfell, do Equal, yes?
Crazy bastard. Yep.
Of course. Well, in case you don't remember me, hello, how do you do, old? Reginald McDougal. I wasn't the heir at all, gave that all up to be the knight. But, firstborn son of Lord McDougal here of Dunkirk. And now, apparently, lonely drunk person being threatened by strangers. Hello!
It was kind of shocking to see the secret tunnels that we were promised, and I look at his Relithor weren't so secret, but okay. Whack!
So,
Not like hard wax, it's just like...
oh yeah, it clips around the ear going, stop it, you. No. Alrighty. So, we are actually coming up to finishing time. Who has last comments, jokes, whatnot, etc. to do in character before we have to wrap up? Or questions, queries, etc., etc.
Well, I'm hoping we can be friends. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am the good cop. This is the bad cop.
Keldor just kind of looks at him and is like, this guy's a decent person. I've met him.
Okay, fine, I won't lie to him. I'm the bad cop and he's the good cop.
Which cop am I?
The mute one.
The one that's 2 days from retirement. That way I know you won't make it out of here alive. Sorry, Rebecca.
Optic Grace is a little spider leg, just like...
Reginald kind of looks and goes, okay, so the infamous Null Knight, a halfling fellow, pleasure to meet you, by the way. Moving eyeball, totally normal, and oh dear lord.
Yep. And he is as crazy as he looks.
Wonderful. Oh dear. Hello, Relithor. Does anybody over in my campsite wish to do anything or whatnot? And then we will bring it to a close.
No, I don't think so.
This was conveyed the information, so however they react, they react.
Alright.
That seems on par.
Show up somewhere, meet a new weirdo.
Incorporate said weirdo. Regret it instantly.
Pretty much.
In most cases. You two were awesome, though.
Oh, thanks.
So we found an ally in the sewers. Sounds like us.
I'm not actually
found-
sure yet. So
You found meat sprinkles attacking a dwarf house.
Yeah, and then I shot his friend in the back of the head, and then he explained goblin politics to me, and then I disregarded them.
Pretty much.
Poor meat
Alrighty.
sprinkles. We basically. Ugh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
And with that note, thank you everybody for showing up. This has been us doing things. Welcome to the party. Big thank you to our sponsors, Tabletop Loot, Devin Rue, Rue Inc., learned the name, and So Nerdware. They help this channel run. You can support this channel here on Twitch by following, subscribing, doing whatever it is you can to make numbers bigger. You can also go subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/welcome to party. You can follow on Twitter at WelcomePartyRPG, and you can donate money to the Patreon. All of that information shall be down below. I was going to say being in charge, but that's just an outright lie. I have said words. If you liked how I said those words, you can find me on the internet as The Bardic Knock, and that is on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Patreon, all under the exact same name. Go find me, make my numbers bigger so I feel good about myself. Archer, you have things to promote over the internet, correct?
I do. I have an Etsy store where I make wonderful beadwork like this guy. And
Like this.
yes.
It's a dope bracelet.
Bracelets, keychains, hair clips. If you want something that's not on there, message me and I will happily arrange or figure out or do something. But yeah. I still have that link. Dang it. Da-da-da. Come on. Hurry up, internet. Currently, there is 10% off for anyone who uses the link in chat. So, yeah. And these things will last you a long time. Like, this guy is like 8 years old, and I literally have had it just thrown around my house. So, yeah. They don't break.
Alrighty, awesome. Anything else from you? Or move on to someone else?
Nope.
Alrighty, awesome. Who else has things?
I'm good.
Shan, you have things, don't you?
I do. I also have an Etsy shop that is called Shan's 8-Bit Smithy, where I make perler nerdy art. I make real life-size weapons. I make mimic chests for all your dice needs, and I make potions of various use, which are, at least I think, my 3 top selling items. All my stuff's reasonably priced. If you have a commission piece idea you want, then hit me up, and I can turn it into a beaded artwork.
Awesome. That's that. Cody, you have people to promote for doing things, do you not?
Yes, I actually do, as it happens. The 2 people who I'd like to promote, the first one is Thomas JB on Twitter. Does glorious, glorious work in very nice painted quality. If you ever need something done, he can absolutely do it, and not only that, but he'll do it fast. The other one is Mikun19. She is glorious and does most of the cool artwork that I do. If I ever have a cool idea, I send it to her first. And she is currently not doing commissions at the moment, but look again in about a month or so. We'll see how it works. She's on DeviantArt.
Awesome. And Rebecca, you also have your DeviantArt, do you not, to tell people about?
Oh, we lost her.
Oh, there she goes. She left before we could tell her. Ah, there she is.
Ah, Jesus.
Rebecca, what's your DeviantArt?
Yeah, sorry, my thing went out. Lundana.
Alrighty, so that's all of that. I have said all the things. We're gonna go. Is Castle Mac on right now? I think they are.
They have
Thanks.
Storm King's Thunder going.
Yeah,
Storm or Storm King's
let's do
Thunder.
that. So /raid.
Shut up. Alexa, shut up.
Castle Mac. There we go. Rating, and we will see you next time. Until then, stay safe and happy adventuring, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.